Yeah.
All right, man. It's Thursday, the regular night of the BS sessions. I'm here with my ever humble partner, Mr. Jerry Supe.
I wouldn't say humble, but okay, maybe a little bit. But
You're not
anyway,
a dick. Put it that
Humble
way.
brag. Humble brag.
I could be a dick, but I do it for my pleasure, not to piss anybody.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, man, how you doing,
It's a
Mark?
pleasure.
I'm doing good. And instead of pre-pouring, I poured it on the show.
Cool.
I don't have an ex-wife anymore telling me not to bring the bottle in the bedroom. Oh no. I'm in
All
trouble
right,
now.
yeah, tonight we're doing another guest pick from Mr. Andy Rodriguez, our first guest there. It's this is his topic, and he's going to host it after we're done with the BS. He's going to be the man in charge, which I love because I don't have to do shit. I think we have guest shows every week. They can host. I don't care. Fuck it. Anyway, let's introduce our guest. Let's introduce. All right, here we go. Tim, are you ready? Tim Weresnick.
There you go. Yep.
Damn, I'm getting better, man.
I'll give you that one.
Getting better. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, man. How you doing?
All right. I'm on this side of the earth. I'm doing just what?
That's say, man. That's right, man. Above ground, anybody above ground is a good one, man. Absolutely. Anyway, another guest
getting butt fucked, but yeah,
well, the choices we make, the decisions we have to make in life.
Yeah, don't watch the show Oz.
Hey.
All right, another guest.
Hey, I was in the Navy. I've been butt fucked plenty.
Holy shit!
I loved Oz, except for the explicit scenes. But other than that, it was a cool show.
Dude,
but anyway, yeah. And our second guest, man, I love having this guy on, man. It's good to have him back. Fabio Vargas, man. It's Vegas or Vargas? Excuse me.
Vegas.
I'm horrible with names, man.
Roll
Las
the dice.
Vegas. I remember
Yeah,
that.
just like the city.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here and have this should be some interesting conversations.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if we don't have a lot of the same bands.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot of duplicates, but I was also surprised as I kept making my list how many more kept coming. Like
I know.
I had to filter a lot out.
I actually looked on I googled like how many fake movie bands. There's quite a bit actually. So
yeah,
maybe we won't all be the same. But anyway, our third guest is the man in charge of the show tonight, and the man who came up with this idea. My third brother from another mother, Andy Rodriguez, man, the Doughboy.
Oh, thank you. I'm very excited to be here. And the reason why I came up with this episode, I feel that the BS Sessions is a home away from home for me. And since we always talk about music and movies and television, I thought we can combine it and do a top 11 fictional bands from movie, television, or cartoon. So there's quite a bit out there, just like Fabio was saying, and there's a lot to choose from. So I think that there's going to be some overlap, but also there can be a lot of things that we can add to it of our personal experiences with these bands or shows, or it can go in so many different directions.
Yeah, you live here so much, we're going to start charging you rent.
Just make him just make him the third co-host. He's always here.
Let's
take it back. A lot of hats.
Take it back to Mark, and let's get started with the BS for the week.
All right. This is in honor of Jerry. I don't know if you guys are big wrestling fans like Jerry is. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. And everybody from Eric Arn's speech order to Eric Switzer go, what the fuck, Mark? Yeah, I'm not a wrestling fan, but man, you lost Sid Eddie, legendary wrestler known as Psycho Sid, passed away at 63. I guess he had congenital heart disease.
Yeah, I mean, Sid Vicious, Sid Justice. He went by a whole bunch of names.
Mm-hmm.
He was a typical big guy in the wrestling. I mean, not a lot of moves, just a lot of punching and kicking and stuff like that. But he was pretty good behind the mic, though, and that's important for a wrestler to be good, but behind the mic, be good. But there's actually he had a lot of gruesome injuries in the ring. Oh, there's one where he jumped off the rope and his knee went backwards. I mean, the guy went through a lot, a lot for his craft in his career. And it's a shame because wrestlers of that generation, weren't taken care of. They didn't make much money. They didn't have any health benefits. So a lot of them have died young. I mean, they let steroids run rampant back in the days. I mean, so and when they were done, they just throw the old guys away. It's a shame actually what happens to some of these guys. I don't know much about him behind the scenes, but he had some great legendary matches with Hulk Hogan. They had a really good rivalry going. I mean, him and Flair in WCW when he was there had some good ones. Yeah, I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, it's a loss, man. There's a lot of good memories, a lot of watching matches with him. So it's R.I.P. to his family, man. It's sad, really.
Anybody else know about wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, Sid he was a legend in WWE. Or not WWE, but the other one. Nitro, but before it was Nitro. He was a legend down south. I mean, he was a damn fine wrestler. I think he was a ex-football player that turned wrestler.
Possibly, I don't know much about his background. So I can see
Yeah.
a lot of ex-football players seem to turn that way.
Yep. I mean,
Goldberg, fucking
Goldberg and the other
Brock
one.
Lesnar. I mean,
The
all those
Rock.
big
Oh,
guys.
no, the other guy.
The
I'm
Rock,
thinking of, he was huge in WWF.
Roman Reigns.
No, now he's in a wheelchair.
Hulk Hogan?
No,
Wheelchair?
blonde though. He was a
Oh,
blonde.
that's like the
Can't
only
think
one I
of his
know.
name.
Roddy Piper's dead. Maybe you're talking about him.
No.
The only
No,
one I
he was
liked.
he was the one that got caught with the steroids in his house in Georgia.
Oh, Lex Luger.
Lex Luger, yes,
Lex
thank
Luger.
you. Brain,
I
talk
remember
about a
Lex
brain
Luger.
fart.
Yeah.
That dude was awesome, Lex Luger.
But yeah, he was an ex football player too. A lot of them were. And you know, congenital heart failure, you got to make you wonder just what the steroids did to him. I mean, he's only
Yeah,
63, so it's not like he was, you know, old by today's standards.
Not to mention they're on steroids and they're constantly getting pounded, chopped in the
Mhm.
chest, where the heart is. It's like,
And they're
man.
constantly on the move. They're going from town to town, city to city, and you know, they don't get
I would love to sit down with one of those guys, Undertaker or something like that, just listen to fucking stories. I could probably sit there for hours listening to stories about their shit that goes on the road. I hate the insane Cloud Posse. I fucking hate their music, but I like them as wrestlers, and they tell great fucking stories. If you listen you listen to their stories on YouTube, they're funny as fuck, dude. So
But he was there when he was in the same he was living with the chick.
Elizabeth,
yeah, when she died.
Yep.
So I mean, you know,
well, I mean, it wasn't uncommon to fucking do a couple of lines of coke either and come out to the ring back then. It was just the way it was.
That was the way it was back in the 80s, but especially with that, because they were always like considered the minor leagues of wrestling compared to WWF. I don't know why. I thought they had a better program myself. Because it wasn't
anyway, sorry. Taking up too much time.
Do you know anything about this, Fabio? Do you know wrestling?
Not really. I mean, when I was a kid in the mid 80s, the basic WWF is what last I remember.
Yeah.
Hulk and Junkyard Dog and all those dudes.
Roddy Piper.
Jake the Snake Roberts, all that shit. That's where my knowledge ended after them.
What about you, Doughboy?
I'm about the same way as Fabio there. Just the big guys in the WWF, and because of the cartoons on Saturday morning, when they were all together. I remember watching that. But my uncle loved to watch it, so I would watch it with him. But I didn't pay attention too much to see. I remember Sting. Sting was afterwards. Sting was pretty cool too, and then Ric Flair. I guess that was WCW.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's WCW. I mean, Sting was kind of an OG to WCW if you think about it. It went from NWA to WCW, so he was kind of an original.
They were straight out of Compton. I don't know shit from high water and fucking wrestling except Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Roddy Piper.
Yeah, a lot of people just know that.
That's it.
A lot of people just know the names. John Cena and all those guys.
I know those guys, but I know them more from doing acting and Hulk Hogan making a terrible movie.
And like Dusty Rhodes, I think was a WCW as well.
Rhodes. And the hot chicks they had in there. I watched the hot chicks, but on other things, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Now I do watch women in wrestling on Saturday nights
Of course,
for
you
different
do.
reasons.
I watch that too every now and then. It's a good looking train wreck. Let's just call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
It's
go
fun
from
to
sport.
watch.
I'm not gonna do all one sports and all music. I want to skip because I got some sports stories in here. Let's talk about the Bob Seger death hoax. Did you guys see that?
No.
No, I did not.
Even fucking Mike Tramp of White Lion
Oh,
posted.
I heard that.
He
I heard about
posted.
that.
He fell for the fucking hoax. You know, people, Google
I wish people would
before
do,
you see those things. Google it. Make sure it's true. Idiots.
Yeah, I wish people would do research before when they see somebody post something
Yeah.
to make sure it's true or not.
Dude,
Half the shit, more than half the shit you see on Facebook.
I
is
got
bull.
fooled once. And then after that, I Googled every time. Is this
Yeah,
guy
I
really
do
dead?
too.
Is this, I don't trust shit anymore, dude.
Well, look at it this way: Bob Seger's got more press in the last month than he has in the last 20 years. So,
I'm just
I
saying,
love Bob Seger, man. I mean,
I love his music. I love
if
it.
he's the kind of he's so. If he were to die, it'd be all over the place.
dude,
Oh yeah.
it'd be a shakedown.
It wouldn't just be on
takedown,
Facebook,
breakdown, you know.
You're busted.
You're busted.
I like
All right.
that song by him.
All right, let's go to a sports story now. I think this is funny. I'm a fucking Laker fan, but I don't fucking like people who think they're bigger than they are. LeBron, dude, what the fuck? You're telling your son not to call you dad on the court? I don't know if he was joking that he could call him the GOAT on the court. Tim, go for it. I saw your comment on this shit.
Especially when he's not even the GOAT.
I agree with that. He ain't the GOAT.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Not
I think
even close
it's
to being the GOAT.
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson brought basketball back. Those are the two GOATs for me.
I'm sorry.
Jordan.
I'm sorry.
Without Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, there would be no Jordan.
The GOAT in basketball
I know.
is Bill Russell.
Dude, he played against fucking tiny white guys back then. No,
You
can't compare errors.
Hello,
dude.
goodbye, see you later.
The only competition he played against was Wilt Chamberlain. It was hardly ever.
He played against the top competition of his day.
And then when
he has
Wilt
13 NBA titles,
but then when
name,
Wilt
went them,
and then
two of
fucking
them, he's
Wilt
the
Chamberlain
coach on.
when Wilt went
Goodbye.
to the
See ya.
when Wilt
Don't want to hear about it anymore.
When Wilt Chamberlain went to the fucking Lakers, they beat the Celtics. Who was the center? Bill Russell. He finally had some competition. And he had Bill Russell and Jerry West against him. That was fucking awesome.
I am going to excuse your naivety because of that glass in your left hand.
Dude, I just started drinking. It's not jeez. But fuck. But I don't think LeBron's the GOAT. I don't know if he's joking and telling his son to call him the GOAT, but he could call him dad in the car on the way home. So you have any thoughts on that, Doughboy?
Well, I think we talked about the greatest basketball players the last time, that they should be voted on according to the decades they played at, because the game changes so much. But when you said Magic and Bird are great, yeah, they are. And, Jordan came afterwards, but Jordan took it another level than they did, than they ever did. But I've never cared for LeBron. The first time that I got a bad taste in my mouth from LeBron was when he held press conferences to announce what team he was going to go to. Who gives a fuck?
The decision.
After that, I really didn't care for him. He put
that press conference. Yeah, he could take his talents to my ass.
Yeah.
But it was like an hour-long special, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? LeBron did come out and say that was stupid and he regretted that. He was coaxed by fucking ESPN.
Oh, I'm sure he got paid a buttload of money to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him to a certain extent. I'd do it too for the money probably he made. So I could be bought. I'm a whore, but
Yeah, but just like everything else, when things blow up in their face, they blame someone else. Oh, well, I was forced to do that. That's bullshit. Did it? because he wanted all the glory.
Yeah, just say I thought it was a good idea at the time, and I kind of regret doing it now. Just say something like that. Don't blame anybody else.
No, he said he was coaxed. He didn't come out and
He
say
wasn't.
ESPN, but
He wasn't.
And I want to know. Who says that he can call him dad in the car? What the hell's he doing driving his son home?
because they're playing together.
Jesus Christ, he's what, 20 some odd years old? Let him drive himself home. He's got his own Mercedes.
Hey,
Almighty.
it's LA, dude. You don't want to take two cars in LA. One's fucking
That's a good point. If you've ever driven in California, that's a good point.
Yeah,
You
need to carpool here so you get the good lane. Unless, well, the toll lanes are going up now, so you can take the fast track for $30 sometimes. There you go. But any thoughts on that, Fabio?
Yeah, I've never been a LeBron fan. I think he's. I don't know, there's a reason why everybody in sports admires people like Johnson and Bird and Jordan, but LeBron doesn't hold that same kind of esteem just because he's a jerk. He's cocky. He's the Tom Brady of basketball. You know. He's not a liked guy.
Yeah, he's no Joe Montana.
Yeah, but Tom Brady is the GOAT, and everybody loves Joe, and everybody loved him. Brady, I think.
Who?
Brady.
Everybody hates Brady, unless you live in Boston.
I don't know, man.
I don't, and I live in New
maybe
Hampshire,
Tampa.
so.
Maybe Tampa.
If you live in Boston, you want to get some chatter.
The thing is
Fuck
that
Boston.
Brady,
Fuck the Celtics. All right.
I always thought that Tom Brady held himself up to a certain degree. He always put his heart and soul into the game.
Hey, he gave Purdy some good compliments, man. That guy's cool. Now.
Well, I don't think it's going to matter too much anyways, because from everything we've seen and hearing.
Yeah.
Until Brady cheated, and then it wasn't the cheating part, it was the lying about the cheating part.
It seems like his son's not going to last too long anyways. So.
Well, I don't know, because give the kid a break. I'm going to give him a break until he sucks. But he had a heart attack in his first season at USC. He really didn't get any practice preseason or really game time, and there was two guards ahead of him, so it was kind of hard to get him playing time. So and the kid is, I heard he's constantly working. He's constantly in the gym. He's constantly working on his shot. His dad is with him all the time. I think he might be an average or maybe a great average to great player. We won't know until he gets on the court.
And so would you care this much if it wasn't a Laker?
Yes.
You would care this much.
Unless he was a Celtic, then fuck the Celtics. If he went to the Celtics, no, I'd fucking say he sucks.
Yeah, but like if he played for the Magic, you would care this much.
Oh, I wouldn't care, dude. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt unless they're fucking a Celtic.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Alonzo Ball.
No.
Those
Alonzo
goofballs.
Ball was just a fucking walking injury list.
Ball.
I didn't want him at all.
He had all
Andy?
kinds of hype coming out of college. He had all kinds of hype when he joined the Lakers.
I hated that fucking.
Nothing made
You
of
know who they could have got instead of Alonzo Ball? Jason Tatum. They fucking drafted Lonzo Ball when Jason Tatum was there, and I fucking hate the Celtics. He could have been a fucking Laker.
I think Devin Booker was in that. No, I was the year after.
No, he wasn't. Jason Tatum was there, dude. Yeah. And they skipped Jason Tatum to get Lonzo fucking Ball with a fucking idiot dad who fucking killed his son's career with bad shoes.
Is yet another wasted draft pick. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it was a 21st pick. Nobody really does anything at that pick.
Yeah, basketball, you can afford to make a bad pick if out of the first, 10 pick. You can afford to make a bad
All right.
pick.
Anybody else on LeBron?
I like the Joe Barry Carroll.
All right.
Let me weigh in on that.
Oh, go Jerry.
Let me weigh in on the LeBron thing. This is probably one of the few times that I'm actually on LeBron's side. You're in a workplace, you have to have some kind of professionalism. I mean, you can't have, I have my daughter working for me, and I'm not gonna have her call me dad. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have her call you the GOAT?
You're gonna have
it's a
the greatest of all time, Walmart.
I don't think that's a horrible thing, and if
she can call you father.
I am your father. No, I just don't think it's professional for that. And my wife works for a company who has 4 sons that work for the owner, and they call him Barry, which is his name. And it's just a professional thing. I mean, when you hear people call dad, you're thinking favoritism. You're thinking this and that. I mean, LeBron's not the coach. I get. Well, yeah, he is the fucking coach. Who am I kidding? But yeah, I think you do have to have that kind of professionalism in the workplace.
I think the new Lakers coach is going to do just fine because he laid out a game plan. Go ahead.
But as far as his son, I think he'd be better off on another team. I mean, in as far as the public outlook on that, you know what I mean? So
I
don't know.
I think he's good because his dad will make him comfortable and he'll be practicing with his dad, and his dad will push him more than anybody. So I think that's fucking cool to me.
Now
if he fails 4 months into the season, I go, fuck Bronny, get rid of him.
Hold on. Now, this is all contingent on what happens when the coach, balls fucking just yells at his son and LeBron gets pissed. That'll be a different story. Now that'll be, I can see that happening. Maybe not. I can see him taking cheap shots in press conferences. He does that a lot. LeBron does. Yeah, it's gonna be. It could be a real distraction for the team, man. It really can.
I think it'll be fine, dude, because they all love LeBron on that team.
Of course, they're forced to.
No, what's that
What,
guy?
are you gonna cheer against him?
Reeves?
Oh my God, doesn't get any points
today. The guy Reeves, he was like 2 years ago when he came in and he just fucking went off. LeBron said, dude, take the shot. Don't look at me. Take your shot. If you have a shot, take it. He coaches, dude. He tells them, don't pass it to me all the time. You take the shot. I want you to, if you're feeling it, take it. You don't hear all this shit because you're not in the
not anymore.
And again, how many minutes do you think this kid's gonna actually see this year? Not
like
much.
10 a game.
I have a
Not
question
much.
though.
Mop up time.
You say LeBron's going to push Bronny to make him a better player. Who's going to push LeBron?
LeBron pushes him. Did you see him in the Olympics?
He does not.
Did you see him in the Olympics?
He's
the first player to get 3 triple doubles in a row.
What did the Lakers do last year?
He did ball out in the Olympics. I'll give him that, but he did ball out in the Olympics.
He balled out in the Olympics, dude.
He did.
He's like a 40-year-old player. We've never seen this in our lifetime. A guy fucking 40 years old fucking playing better than a 20-year-old.
But it's easy to do when you got fucking Steph Curry on one side and Devin Booker on the other. But
and you're playing other lesser teams around the world.
He did it last year with the Lakers. He had the best average assist and 3-point shooting of his career.
And a lot of flops per game.
There's fouls on that, Jerry. He didn't flop last year.
What are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious?
There's a rule. They give you a fucking technical foul for that now.
Bull fucking shit. That guy flopped all the time.
He gets hit more than any other player down the court.
God, you are ribbing me. He does get legitimately fouled, but oh my God, he's a huge flopper.
Well, because the refs suck.
Mark, take the rose-colored glasses off.
I'm not.
I'm telling you, jeez.
I understand being a fan of your teams.
Listen. There's other
He's worse than Vladdy.
Vladdy caused the flop. Vladdy started that fucking flop, and I fucking called Vladdy out on that. And so
Vladdy was good.
Chick Hearn called. No. Listen, hold on. You brought up Vladdy. Chick Hearn called Vladdy out on the telecast. Okay, Vladdy, stop flopping.
Vladdy was good. He was good. Ever thought of being?
Vladdy was good at selling it. LeBron's not good at selling it. His flops are horrendous, dude. Come on.
Chick Hearn used to get on Vladdy all the time. Okay, Vladdy.
There's a video.
You didn't get hit. Why are you falling backwards?
There's a video of him traveling from the half court line all the way to the basket. He didn't even dribble.
I said that was a fact.
And he got away with that.
All right.
He always gets away with it. Hey, Nick, you better. I'm getting pissed off now. Go ahead.
All right. Let's get to one of your boys, Jerry. David Gilmour backtracks on playing Pink Floyd songs, Jerry.
Sure. I knew that was going to happen.
Oh.
Look, I like David Gilmour solo stuff, but the majority of people want to hear Pink Floyd stuff, so he better do them. I mean, I hate when people do that. They go solo, they don't play any of their band songs. It's just,
Live at
You know,
Kness plays a lot of Pink Floyd.
I know that's what I mean. It's like, I mean, I do like his solo stuff, but come on, man, it's nothing compared to Pink Floyd. And like it or not, David, you're my favorite guitarist. People want to hear Pink Floyd. Sorry, plain and simple.
All right.
And by the way, I heard 4 songs off this new album, and it does not sound looking good so far.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I liked Rattle That Lock though.
Yeah, and On the Island is an awesome album.
Oh, we did a review on that Freeform Rock podcast. Doughboy, what do you think about David Gilmour backtracking?
Well, he's got to backtrack because he's got a choice to play A+ material or C+ material. He's got to go with A+, man. I mean, that's why people are paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to hear Pink Floyd, not to hear his solo stuff. Even though I am a fan of his first 2 solo albums, the rest of it's a little sleepy for me. So he better backtrack, because if not, he's not going to sell any tickets. And they might even cancel for low ticket sales.
Well, in his defense, he made that announcement and still sold out every show. He's only doing like 5 or 6 shows.
Yeah,
so.
he's not doing that many.
How long is this shows?
You guys about 2.5 hours, something like that.
How much?
It's about 2.5 hours is his normal show.
So he could mix. I mean, there's
Oh yeah, he's got a mix.
So
yeah, just don't play any Division Bell except High Hopes.
I know he said he didn't want to do it, but hey, a lot of things in life we don't want to do, we end up doing.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, Fabio?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that he needs to play the hits. Maybe he could split it up into a solo set and then a hit set to close it out to please the fans. But also, on the flip side of what you said, Jerry, I also don't like when people go solo and put out great solo records, but then they go play live and then only play hits from their previous band. Like,
I get that. There's a catch-22 to that. I get that.
Yeah, like you go see Stephen Pearcy or Sebastian Bach, who put out great solo records, and then they just play Rat or Skid Row. They don't play a single song.
Sebastian Bach hasn't played any of that new album.
I was going to say I'm not a Hagar fan, but Hagar, if he could probably do a whole solo set on his own.
He could.
So it's good, but so yeah, I get that.
That Hagar show.
I think it's best to have. I think if you're going out as a solo artist, it's good to do a mix.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's what Sammy did. He did the Best of All Worlds, and it was amazing.
I'm going to see that tomorrow night.
You're with Mooger?
I'm not going with him, but we'll be at the same show.
He'll be there. Yeah, Mooger will be there. Freeform Rock Podcast, Mooger Fruger. Love you, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see him somewhere. We'll probably meet up. But...
So, Jerry, what do you think about that? Oh, you already said it. Tim.
I think that, like I said, there are things we all do things in life we don't want to do that we're forced to do. What are we talking about here? We're talking about playing a song. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about, you got to go kill somebody or something like that. We're talking about playing a song that everybody that paid money to come see you wants to hear you play your damn song. That's what you're there for, right?
Yeah, I did hear a rumor was to be nothing but
sing me a song. You're a singer. It
was gonna be nothing but Momentary Lapse of Reason and Division Bell. That was a rumor circulating. He wouldn't do any old Roger Waters Pink Floyd, but we'll see how that goes. I can't picture him not doing a Wish You Were Here, Comfortably Numb, or Run Like Hell. That's a staple in every Floyd or Floyd related fucking, even Richard Wright did that. I mean, come on. So, on his solo tours back in the day. So
you have to remind the audience who you were with.
Right. And especially if the young crowd comes to see him, they're going to want to hear Pink Floyd, not David Gilmour solo.
You hear Pink Floyd on the radio, you don't hear David Gilmour solo on the radio. Even streaming, you don't hear it. I mean, satellite, you don't really hear it. It's solo.
Oh no.
You hear more radio chaos from Roger Waters. That's what I hear. But
I don't. I hear the wall constantly.
All right, let's get to something that we all like talking about on the show, and it's not Sammy Hagar. New Alex and Eddie song coming out with Alex's book, Jerry.
Okay. I'll give it a listen. I mean, it sounds like a cash grab to me, but good for him, I guess. I don't know. I mean, is it finished? I mean,
It's an unfinished song.
okay. Well, it's Eddie Van Halen, so it's not gonna suck, but we'll see when it comes out. I mean,
well, depends on the era.
oh, gotcha. But yeah, I mean, well, it's a wait and see for me. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, I guess. He's his brother, so good for him.
Doughboy.
Yeah, Eddie was a perfectionist, and he was the last word of what came out and what didn't. So I'm very skeptical of what's going to come out without his approval and without his ending, or maybe he told Alex towards the end of his life, you can release this, because they sure are really tight on that vault. I'm pretty sure Alex is very. I'm sorry, Edward was very specific of what can come out and what can't.
Yeah, well, Sammy Hagar said there's a lot of stuff they could release that they have in the vault with him, but I don't know about David. But Tim, what do you think about that, man? Alex, new song with Eddie.
I'd want to know first. I want to know. I mean, is it a complete song or is it just Eddie in the studio noodling? You know what I mean. How complete is it from tried? I mean, and number two is who's the vocalist on this thing, because Eddie's
it's an instrumental. It's just Alex and Eddie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So in other words, it could just be him noodling. And
yeah, I'm sure Sammy knows all about it. Like he sang on that song, but it didn't record
Eddie
it. I'm sure he knows.
tried singing a track on a Van Halen album, and it wasn't all that fucking great. So much better at backing vocals than he is lead vocals.
I agree with that one. That was horrible.
I mean, how long ago? Is there any indication of when this was recorded?
No, but we'll see when we get. I probably want to hear the audiobook, man.
But if it's just an instrumental, then more power to him.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Sammy wrote the instrumental.
Yeah. What about you, Fabio?
I mean, I'm always. I definitely would be down to hear something new from Eddie, no matter what it is, from what era, anything. I'll listen to it, and I don't think there's, if Alex is putting it out, I don't think there's any, ill conceived, intent here. Right. He's very tight-lipped, and like Andy said, he's got a tight claw on that vault, and so if he feels that it's something worth putting out, I think it's something worth listening to.
All right.
I wonder, and I guess it would depend on the will, but I wonder who has a tighter claw on that vault.
Alex? Wolfgang
Alex
said,
or Wolf?
Wolfgang says that he controls the EVH guitars, the guitar thing. Alex controls the music, but they both work together on the music together. But Wolf has the guitar, the EVH stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he left the chunk to his ex-wife too, so that was kind of nice of him.
Yeah. She always loved him, man. She never gave up hope on him, man.
I really think that there was true love there. It just didn't work out, and all because they weren't married didn't mean that they didn't have a tight relationship afterwards.
She was there when he died. His ex-wife hasn't said anything, and it's Valerie talking about Eddie a lot. So his ex-wife's been mum. But Jerry, this is for you, buddy. I don't give a shit about the fucking Reds.
Oh boy.
But I fucking love Joey Votto. He fucking officially retired, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading an article about how the first base position is not coming sexy anymore. And I don't know about that. There's some good first basemen out there. He got
Freddie Freeman. Thank you.
Freeman's a good one. I mean, there are some good ones out there. But anyway, with that being said, I mean,
hey, Houston's got a good first baseman too. I forgot his name. They don't? Okay, my bad. I tried.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got to hang it out every now and then. I mean, he had a great career.
That shows you how much I know about your team, Andy.
He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, his on base percentage was off the fucking chart, one of the best ever. So yeah, I think he's a lock to make the Hall of Fame. Entertaining guy, always interacted with the crowd, whether they liked him or not. But yeah, I mean, he was a big part. He was loved in Cincinnati, and yeah, it's good retirement. He's a great player, man. I mean, he played for a lot of years.
I
just
like his attitude.
I
like
wish
his attitude.
he loved Cincinnati so much. He didn't want to go anywhere else, but I would love to have seen him a few years ago go to a contender and try to get himself a ring. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Maybe coaching, maybe in the future. We'll see. But yeah, great player, man.
Andy, any thoughts on that, man?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts about that. I love Joey Votto. He was one of my favorite first basemen for many, many, many years, and I think that he should have retired at the end of last season. It was sad to see him wait for a team to pick him up. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve to be picked up in the very last minute, or maybe even after the season started when Toronto picked him up and he barely played for them.
He was in the minor leagues.
Yeah, so that was terrible for him. He should never have gone through that. He should have went ahead and retired at the end of last season, because he really did end his career last season in a very high note. He really did. He really did have that young team gather around him. He was a really good, strong mentor for that team. And I wish that he would go back to the Reds and kind of be like a bench coach or some kind of advisor or something like that, because he says a lot to give to the team. He might not be able to play like he used to, but I think he's a really good presence in the clubhouse and the dugout. And you're right.
I'm sure
it's going to be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm sure Cincinnati will bring him back in some capacity, front office or something. Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, they're going to have to, because he's one of the most beloved Red ever.
He's a colorful guy. He's a kind of a colorful guy too. It'll be interesting. He might even get into announcing. He can probably do that. We'll see.
So any thoughts on that, Tim? Joey Votto?
He's like one of the few Reds players names I've I even heard of. You could name me the Reds lineup and I wouldn't have a clue.
Tyler
I just know De La Rosa or whatever.
De La Cruz.
De La Cruz. There you go.
But,
I don't know.
I mean,
De La Rosa's with the Cubs, right?
I gave up following the Reds when they beat my Red Sox in the '70s, for Christ's sakes, in the series.
Sorry about that.
The big red machine.
No, you're not.
Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame, bitches.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah, but the Reds really had a good team in the '90s with the Nasty Boys, and that lineup was tight.
Yeah.
That was
they swept the Dodgers with Bill Russell as the manager. That was horrible.
The owner ruined that team, man. I mean, after the World Series, everybody knows Eric Davis, right?
I know. Yeah. He was a Dodger.
He got injured in the last game, and he was in the hospital in Los Angeles. And the rest of the team flew home, and Marge Schott, the owner, wouldn't pay for his trip home. He had to pay for his trip home.
She was a racist bitch.
She was a racist, awful,
racist bitch, man.
And she loved Deion Sanders for some reason. I have no idea.
Well, Deion's awesome.
Hey Jerry, since you know the in and out of the Reds ever since you were a kid, how did she become owner of that team?
Her husband died.
Her husband died.
Her
husband died.
Just like that chick of the Rams that got became.
Oh, Georgia.
Yeah.
But this chick was unhinged. It was
God. She brought her dogs to the field,
didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Harry Wendelstedt died on the field. He was walking and he died of a heart attack on the field opening day about, I don't know, somewhere in the 90s. Remember that? The umpire?
Yeah.
Big old fat guy. She was like, oh, man, this is totally ruining our opening day. I mean, really? This person just fucking died, you heartless bitch. Man.
Well, didn't the Reds, didn't they make it to the series in like the early 90s?
Yeah,
1990,
Yeah, they won the World Series, right?
Yeah, they swept Oakland, yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Dodgers in that fucking. They swept them with Mike Piazza and Eric Karros, dude. That was fucking. Bill Russell got fired after that.
Nah, that was a few years later. We played Pittsburgh in the championship.
All right, I was still
back then it was easy. There was only 4 teams that made the playoffs, you know.
Oh yeah,
dude, it was easy.
Dude.
All right, man.
Imagine that. Only 4 teams make it.
I know.
Anything about Joey Votto, Fabio?
Well, yeah, I don't follow baseball super close nowadays, but I am a Reds fan, and Joey Votto has been my favorite player for many years now, active players. So yeah, it's end of an era there.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit excited though with Dela Cruz. He's putting up
Oh
all
man,
kinds
dude's
of
Oh, that dude's
he's a
crazy,
beast.
Yeah, he's
crazy
a good
numbers
guy,
in
man.
games. So that gives some excitement for the future of the Reds here. So I'm glad for that. But yeah,
I just don't have.
Votto,
I don't have.
one of the
Yeah,
best.
I don't have faith in David Bell though. I think we need a new manager. I don't know. Just don't have confidence in him anymore.
I think so too, Jerry. I think a better coach would go a long way. There's a lot of teams that would do better with a better coach.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not
Because
gonna
they got
name
the talent. They have the talent. There's no way they should be. Well, they're playing good now, but they dug themselves such a big
Well,
hole.
you
They can't
got
get
one
out
of the
it.
best managers in baseball, Dave Roberts, and I'm in Dodger groups, and they always want to fire the fucker.
I would
Dude.
fire Dave. I would fire Dave Roberts in a heartbeat.
I won it, dude. You don't remember the McCourt years? Oh my god.
Dude, I'm just saying.
Dude, the Dodgers have made the playoffs every year with him, dude.
I
Fucking-
know, but he's
In
got so-
88, remember 80? They didn't make the playoffs after
They
88
better.
for
They
years.
better make the playoffs with that fucking payroll and the talent they have.
Dude,
They
you know
better
how
make
many
the
injuries
playoffs.
they have? They are fucking coasting
Every
right
team
now.
does. Every team does. But the thing is that there's so much talent on that team. Making the playoffs should not be their goal.
Oh, I know, but the fucking Dave Roberts gets them there, though.
Dude, he makes such
Who
bad.
else would you get?
Depends. It depends on if it's good. Depends on how much talent you have. Depends on how young you are. If it's
Alright.
good or not. 'Cause
Okay.
if everybody's expecting you not to make it and you make it, great job. If they're expecting
with
you to
all-
make it
With all
and you
the
do, but you get swept in like the first round,
dude,
you're fucked.
the whole Dodgers basically starting rotation is fucking wiped out with injuries, and they're
Astros
still
did that too.
huh? Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
Astros-
are still winning too. You got good we got good managers, man. We got Dave Roberts is doing the best job of his career right now. You fucking don't have Tyler Glass now. You don't have Yamamoto since June. The fucking guy is playing with fucking rookies and whatever, dude. He fucking is doing a fucking great job. And I'm
In fact,
tired of these Dodger fans fucking on these groups and 49er fans, especially, they fucking talking shit. Dude, you know, they said, let fucking Brandon Ayuk go. Let him go. Fuck him. Fuck that prima donna. And he got signed today. Everybody's fucking like licking his ass today. It's like, fuck these sports groups. They're idiots.
Let me add one comment about the Brandon Ayuk thing. It's hilarious because that's what he was asking for. That's what he was offered the very first day of free agency.
But he got more guaranteed money. He got more guaranteed money.
A little bit more, not much.
A little bit more. That
anyway
is a lot in football.
I want to say that to our next football
I
show.
just want to say one thing about that. I wish that these athletes of any sports will play out the contracts that they agreed to. Instead of holding out, you already agreed to this.
Yeah.
They're already paying you, and you're stopping in the middle of your contract, asking for more.
I agree with that.
Come on, dude.
That's why you sign a contract.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
signed
I don't understand how that's even legal.
Dude, that's so shit. So
yeah, I mean, because if you're good and you contribute to the team, they'll sign you afterwards to the big contract. You can probably get it afterwards. You know?
Yeah, but you just stop working and expect more.
Well, they use the theory that you're one injury away from retirement, so they try to make as much as they can. That's their excuse.
Kind of true.
Yeah. Oh well, that part I do understand, but
at least in football. At least in football.
Yeah, but that's in any sport. You're one injury.
Not really. In football, you could get that one big hit, and you're out for life. You know.
That's the chance you take because you're taking the big money.
Yeah.
You're not going to work down at the manufacturing plant. Making $20 an hour.
That's what I love about hockey. That's what I love about hockey. You never hear a hockey fucking player hold out. Those guys are classy. Sorry.
But there's also other 52 guys on that team that are taking that exact same risk.
And you actually risk some rookie coming in and taking your spot, and you're out the fucking door.
And there's always another player right around the corner of the wings waiting to take your job.
Absolutely.
All right. Yep. Can we talk shit about Motley Crue now?
All right. Oh boy. Can't wait.
Sweet guitarist Andy Scott believes Nikki Sixx called him to produce Motley Crue's original demo. First off, you have to get a bass player and a drummer who could play in time with each other, Jerry.
I don't think he's lying, is he? I don't really have any thoughts on that, brother. I mean, whatever.
Well, yeah,
I don't
Nikki
know.
Sixx really can't play bass.
All I can say is two things now is, like him not like career or not, but Nikki Sixx and fucking Tommy Lee have more of a career now than the guy from Sweet has. So
That's true.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know about that because I don't know what he's done since Sweet.
He has a solo album. Yeah,
I rest my case.
He has a solo album right now. That's why he's talking to the press. So
okay,
he's getting some press.
He might be correct, or he might not be. I don't know. I don't know. I really have nothing really to comment on that besides what I just already said.
Well, Doughboy. Hold on, Tim. Let Doughboy talk first.
Okay.
Well, Doughboy ain't got that much to say because supposedly this happened in 1980 or 81, dude. I mean, and of course, all this comes out after all this shit's been coming out about Motley Crue for the past year or two, about Nikki Sixx and someone playing for him to put, during Shout the Devil, he has no talent, and then you come out with a story. It's not, and that's it. I don't believe it.
Okay, Tim.
Well, I was just gonna say that, like, somebody like Tom Schultz from Boston. Okay, everybody knows his name because he was in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
The man invented the Rock Man, which made him so much more money than Boston ever thought of making him. It wasn't even funny, but Boston gave him the notoriety, gave him the name. So everybody knows the name Tom Schultz. But if he'd have just created the Rockman, he still would be just as rich, but you just wouldn't know who he is.
True.
Same thing with the producer there from Sweet. You don't know what he's done in the production field. So he might have been, part of huge albums that you never heard of, but you don't know that he was produced it or whatever. But he got the name because of the band Sweet, who in the 70s were huge. They were a big band. They were up there with Slade and all the rest of them British bands.
I like Sweet. I don't like Slade.
I love Slade. I think they're
awesome.
awesome.
I'm just saying that gave him the name, so you know the name, and then okay, well, he hadn't done anything else. Well, you don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know. He might be a big guy in the producer's chair.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know because you know the name from the band, not from what he's done.
Right.
Here's my thing. We're in groups with people that know. I'm not one of them. I know every producer from every fucking album. I don't know. I've never heard a guy
produced Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Who did?
Who produced it?
Lindsey Buckingham.
Produced Rumors? I thought it was Keith
I don't
Olsen.
fucking know. It might
Keith
be. I don't know
Olsen.
producers.
Keith
I told
Olsen.
you, I'm not one of those who knows all this shit.
With that guy Kobe, Colbat was the co-producer.
Okay, the point of the exercise is, I mean, with all the people that we know and all these sites, we would know if this guy produced an album that we know. Because everybody knows these producers. I don't. I'm not good like you guys are about that.
Oh, I do.
You would read it somewhere.
Exactly.
Hey,
I don't know what exactly.
Who produced the Trevor Rabin album we love, the solo album?
Trevor Rabin.
Bob Ezrin.
I don't know. I know Bob Ezrin.
Who produced Kiss?
Bob Ezrin.
There you go. I know that one.
Who produced their good albums, though? Because he only produced Destroyer and fucking that awful fucking.
Only produced Destroyer.
I'm getting to that awful album. What was that? Only what was that album with just a boy on it?
The Elder.
The Elder. Yeah, he produced that horrible album too.
I'll take that resume. Only produced Destroyer.
Well, because the Elder I forget about.
Only.
Yeah, the only good Kiss album he produced. But you got any thoughts on that, Fabio?
I mean, yeah, I agree 100% with what Jerry was saying. Like, I'm not aware of any albums he's produced, so I'm sure there's nothing that spectacular out there. I mean, maybe there is that didn't get big sales.
Right.
But as far as anything that it does have notoriety, yeah, I don't think so. But at the same time, also, to what Tim was saying, or Tim or Andy, I forget, I'm sorry. This was what, 79, 80, the early demos of Crew. So yeah, I'm sure they probably weren't that good then still. They probably were still figuring things out, and neither of them were, musical virtuosos by any stretch.
No.
So they probably were a little rough if you heard them in those early demo days. But people would say Nicky can't play bass. I mean, I don't know. Is he a great bass player? Probably not, but can he play bass? Of course he can. He's also a great songwriter. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I
look
don't
at
put
his
a lot
bank
of stock
account.
into
Look
that.
at, look at his bank account. He has to do something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah,
what's
he
his
does.
name?
He looks good.
I don't even know the guy's name, so that's a good point.
Yeah, because
I don't even know that guy. I don't even know one member of that band, Sweet, till I read this today. So there
No, I
you
know the
go.
band's sweet. I know their songs, but
I know
just
they're
don't know,
Ballroom Blitz.
yeah.
A band we might get to in this list coming up. But let's get to what we're
Yeah,
doing.
that's on my list too.
Let's
Actually,
what we're doing, Jerry. What are we doing?
All right. I'm not gonna say anything. Andy Rodriguez, this is your show. You take it over, buddy.
Okay, I am in charge of the BS sessions tonight. I'm so excited. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing our top 11 fictional bands or artists that were featured in a movie, television, or cartoon. So that's what we're going to be doing. They don't have to release albums, just as long as they have performed under a moniker and they were the band of a movie or a TV show or cartoon. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll go with Mark, Jerry, Fabio, Tim, and then myself. So,
Alrighty.
Mark, what's your number 11, man?
I did have this number 11, but I want to change it to number 12 because I want to get it out first because it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
All right.
Otis Day and the Nights from Animal House.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't think about that one.
I gotta put them in. Fucking, it's just so great. It's like the band sitting there playing the fucking frat house or sitting there drinking and singing. And then they go to this black fucking club and they're like looking at the white dudes going, they don't remember them. Like, who the fuck are these guys? And then fucking, it's just the fucking great scenes. Fucking how they're fucking cool with the white fucking fraternity. But when the fraternity goes to the black club, they're like going,
Yeah.
who the fuck are these fucking whiteys? Fucking great fucking Otis Day and the Nights, man, from Animal House. I fucking love that shit.
Now, that was my favorite scene at the frat house.
Right? But when they go to the club with those white chicks and they take the guy lies to get those fucking that his girlfriend died, and they get all these girlfriends, and they get there, and these fucking black dudes come up with them. We want to play with your or something. We want to sit with your chicks. They just run away and leave them there.
Yeah, that was a good pick. Jerry, what are you gonna start off with, man?
I'm gonna start out with what am I gonna start out with here? Oh, okay. The alternate bar band from the 70s, man. The movie's on TV all the time. You gotta have the fucking Cantina band from Star Wars in there, man. Come on.
Do they even have a name?
The Cantina band. I don't know what their name is. I know the other band did in Return of the Jedi, but everybody knows that riff.
Steely Dan of outer space.
I love
I don't
Steely
know.
Dan, by the way.
I mean, it's so iconic, and it's so that movie is so much into pop culture, but that riff, everybody fucking knows that.
They even have a ringtone for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Awesome.
So yeah, I figured that would be my start out with.
Awesome.
The band from Star Wars.
That's a nice start. Fabio, what are you gonna lead off with?
I will lead off with the Barbusters from The Light of Day, featuring Joan Jett and Michael J. Fox.
Good one.
And Michael McKean on bass, who we might also see in some other bands later on throughout the show.
Just another corner from the light of day. Yeah. Written by Bruce Springsteen, by the way.
Written by Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I thought I always liked that movie. It was a cool movie. You got and like I said, a cool band with Joan Jett, Michael J. Fox, Michael McKean. Michael McKean is playing his stuff. Really, all of them are. Michael J. Fox is a musician too in his own right, but yeah, cool band. They have some good songs. The Light of Day obviously was a good one. They also had This Means War, which I think Joan Jett still even played in her own
Oh wow, really?
solo sets now and then. And she wrote that with Bob Halligan Jr., who did some really great Judas Priest songs too in the 80s. But yeah, that's my number 11.
Oh, great start. Great start. Hey Tim, what are you gonna do for
All
number
right.
11?
All right. I had the Bar Busters, but they're up further.
Nice.
My number 11 is I originally picked Josie and the Pussycats,
Nice.
but I changed that because I remembered this movie and it just came to me and I was like, wow, yeah, cool. All right. Surgical Steel from Thunder Alley.
Oh,
Any of you have ever
I
heard of it?
know.
or ever
Yeah,
seen
I
it?
do.
I don't
I
know
see
that
Thunder
one.
Alley.
I
Yeah.
don't know what is that. Oh, what is that, Tim?
It's a movie.
With who I've never.
Surgical Steel had Jeff Martin in it from Racer X. Had Eric Singer in it from Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Badlands.
Badlands,
Hey, don't
Greg
talk about Kiss.
Chastain, the bass
Badlands.
player.
Badlands.
Or Black Sabbath. Yeah, don't say
Mhm.
Kiss. Yeah.
Don't say Kiss.
Oh, okay. I've never
And had
heard
Greg
of it.
Chasian from Badlands.
Craig
Huh?
Chason. We did review. I did interview him on Freeform Rock Podcast. Good dude.
Awesome. My number 12. I mean, my number 11. I'm going to start off with a movie that came out in the late 80s with Robert Townsend, and that's called The Five Heartbeats.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to that dude? Did he die?
No. He's
Just
still
making- Does he
like
make
writing
movies?
and production. Mainly in black entertainment, which is what he
Yeah.
was always a
Yeah, big part of it. Yeah.
a big proponent of. And the Five Heartbeats was kind of like a Temptations kind of autobiography kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I really dug it because I liked the music because I like Motown and I like those kind of movies. So I'm going to start off with the Five Heartbeats with Robert Townsend.
That's the movie I forgot about, but I have seen it before, and it was pretty good.
Good
I
movie.
always liked Robert Townsend. I thought
I
his
like
stuff
Robert
was
Townsend too. That's what I was
his
saying.
stuff was it was legitimate and it was thought well of. It wasn't. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool stuff. So yeah,
I think his comedy was like when we were teenagers. It was meant for a little bit older crowd, which I always
right.
he wasn't.
That's
he
a
was,
name. Yeah, like Mark said, I haven't heard his name in a long time.
Yeah, but that's what he's into these days. All right, Mark, what's your number 10, man?
Number 10, I did switch because I was afraid one of you guys would have picked Otis Day. So I'm going to pick the Monkees, man. They actually did become a real band.
Yeah.
Like later in their career. But they didn't write their own songs. They were a made-up band. They were like the American version of the Beatles, which I love the Beatles. They were like making them up. And I love that show. Fucking one of my favorite shows of all time. Fucking comic geniuses. They all had great especially Peter Tork.
Oh no, Mickey was the comedy genius.
Mickey was too, but Peter had those faces.
But this was a real band, though.
Not at the time they started it.
That is true.
They became a band after they did the show, and then they started making their own music later. So they were a made up production band as the American version of the Beatles. So the Monkees are my number 11.
Okay.
Well, they actually have had a lot of controversy over the years with the Rock Hall of Fame because they won't put them in since they're a fake band. But a lot of people are arguing that, while they were initially actors with some
they should be
musical
put it.
talent,
they wrote that whole album right?
It was awful.
Yeah, it was awful, but they wrote it.
Oh well, they also wrote Headquarters.
Yeah,
which was
it don't matter. There's a lot of bands that don't write their own fucking music, man.
Yeah, but I believe that they do belong in the Rock and Roll.
They're gonna put the Backdoor Boys in there one day. So come on.
Oh,
No,
I
they're
mean, Mickey's the only one alive, right? It's like
Yeah,
I don't think it's
Mickey.
gonna
not.
happen.
Mickey's the only one. All right, Jerry, what's your number 10?
All right, no offense to Christians out there. I'm not, I love you Christians out there, but and I know I'm a huge South Park fan.
Nice.
I
I
gotta
am
put faith.
too.
I
I'm
gotta
a
put faith.
Christian. I love South Park.
I gotta put Faith +1 in there, dude. When Cartman started his Christian band with Butters and Token. Oh, that was some funny shit, dude. The song titles, they would take regular songs and like just put Jesus' name in there. Like some of these songs like Jesus looks kind of hot today. Pleasing Jesus. I mean, just it was just hilarious. Like I said, I'm sorry for you Christians out there if I'm offending you.
Dude.
No, my favorite one, I found Jesus. And in parentheses, it was someone else. It's just
Hey,
fucking hilarious,
Hey,
dude.
God gave us a sense of humor, dude. So don't fucking put Christians into this.
When
It's just
you
hilarious,
said
dude.
South Park, I thought you were gonna say Timmy and the Lords of the Underworld.
Oh, they were good. Ta-da!
Hey, dude, they did Rush. Remember, Cartman
Yeah.
says, "I'm Geddy Lee. I can do what I want."
But yeah, I mean, fucking Trey and Matt are comic geniuses in my book, man. They're not meant for the raunchier. People don't like raunchy stuff, but man, their stuff is actually very intelligent. It really is, and it's very.
I love
topical,
South
too.
Park, dude. Don't Christians have a sense of humor? Ned Flanders is made fun of a lot in The Simpsons, and I'm a Christian. I get it. It's fine, man. Jesus gave us a sense of humor.
The amazing thing about South Park is it still fucking shocks the hell out of me, dude. The new
Heck yeah.
episodes, they have not stopped. They have not compromised anything. It's still...
Have you seen the Tom Brady episode, Turd Burglar?
Fucking hilarious, dude. And, yeah, just amazing. I thought this episode, I can't remember the name of the episode offhand, but
dude,
just hilarious.
Those
man.
movies they've been making, like on the energy drinks, and fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Dude,
So,
I love basketball. I love Team America. I love Orgasmo, man. Orgasmo is fucking amazing.
I love basketball, man. Steve
Orgasmo, dude. Have you seen Orgasmo when they go?
I've not seen that one. That's the only
Dude,
thing I've not seen from those guys.
They bought the blonde guy. That's Trey Parker, right?
Yeah.
They brought him in. He was like doing Book of Mormon kind of shit. He goes up to the door and they pull him in to be in a porno. Amazing, dude. And then fucking the other guys go, "I'm not gay, but he's hot." Amazing,
Yeah.
Matt Stone. You gotta watch that movie. Orgasmo is fucking amazing.
I think I might watch basketball when I'm done with this, actually.
Basketball is amazing too.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Dude, Orgasmo is better. Goddamn, you guys need to watch Orgasmo. It's not fucking censored at all. Fucking Basketball is a Paramount movie. This one was fucking independent.
All right, Flavio, what's your number 10?
My number 10, I'm gonna go to what Mark alluded to earlier with Ballroom Blitz and go with Crucial Taunt from Wayne's World
Tia Carrera.
with the lovely Tia Carrera, aka
I don't like
Cassandra
Asians,
Wong.
but she's the only Asian I really like. Her and Lucy Liu. There we go.
Racist.
But yeah, I mean they were a fun band. Got to see some good live clips and rehearsal clips in the movie. She's got a great voice, and you had Mark Ferrari on guitar, who's a pretty good guitarist in his own right. They had a couple originals, which I was looking at too. I kind of like to see some original music with these fictional bands, so that was fun. With "Why You Gonna Break My Heart," I know it's a ballad.
Why You Want to Break My Heart? Yeah, it's a pretty song, actually. It really is.
But yeah, it's a solid. It sounds like it's a real song. It's not just a cheesy movie thing. So, yeah, that's my number 10.
Awesome.
They may show up later.
All right, my number 10 is from a movie that was pretty huge back in the day, and the band that was in it was called Stillwater.
Oh, you asshole. Asshole.
Really good movie.
Great fucking movie. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Fever Dog, right? I think was the name of the song. Fever Dog.
All written by Nancy Wilson from Heart.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but that was about the only song that they really played, right? Was Fever Dog?
No, they had a couple of them on there. I can't think of them on hand, but there
Oh,
were a
did
few of them on there. Yeah.
Okay. Man, but what a great movie. They really did portray the band as
Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was kind of a
Nancy Wilson was his wife at the time.
but it was his fictional account of how he followed Led Zeppelin on the road.
No, it was the Allman Brothers. I thought.
Allman
Well, you know, he said Led Zeppelin.
I thought it was the Allman Brothers.
No, he said Led Zeppelin.
I
I
never
thought
heard
it was
of
Zeppelin.
He
always
did
said-
follow Led Zeppelin on the road tour. That's where he got
Possibly,
the
but-
Golden God thing from, dude. It was fucking Robert Plant.
Yeah, I'm just saying what he said. That's all.
Yeah, he said Allman Brothers, as far as I
Yeah.
know.
I saw the Led Zeppelin thing.
Okay. Well, either way, it was a great movie, and
Yeah.
the story was really cool about following a band in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, so my number. 10,
I mean, I'm sorry. One thing: who the hell nowadays would let a 15-year-old kid go on tour with a rock band? You know what I mean? Times
What do
have
you mean?
changed, man.
You mean Van Halen had a 16-year-old playing with him? So
Way back then. Well, it's true, yeah, but
yeah, but his dad was there.
yeah, he had parental supervision.
yeah, he was in the right state of mind at the time.
But he could only be referred to as the goat.
That's right. Don't call me dad. I'm
While
fucking
on
the goat.
stage.
Call me the goat when we're on stage. Don't call me dad. And I'll give you a ride back to the hotel. My number 10, I'm going to go with the Neptunes, which was the band that was in the cartoon Jabberjaw. If y'all remember the cartoon,
know that
Oh,
one.
yes, I love that
Don't
show.
know that one.
where the shark was the drummer.
Jabber,
And for
jabber,
some
jabber,
reason-
jabber, 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 jaw.
Yeah, I forgot
for
about
some
that.
reason he talked like Curly from Three Stooges. Well, they were an underwater band. They were called the Neptunes.
Nice.
And they were kind of, I guess the band was also drawn out because it was also Hanna-Barbera, so they were kind of drawn out like an Archie comic or Josie and the Pussycats. It was all in the same vein. So I'm going with the Neptunes from Jabberjaw as my
I
number
never
10.
saw that. I gotta check it
Neither have
out.
I. Haven't seen it either.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yeah, it was only on for one season. I looked it up and I've been looking for it. I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube. But where I watched it when I was a kid was on USA Cartoon Express when I was a kid. They showed that all the time, like after work.
Jabberjaw. He's the most futuristic shark you ever saw.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy. So that's my number 10. Number 9, Mark.
Number 9. I thought it was on number 10. No?
No, run 9.
Remember
Oh.
you did 12.
Oh, I put 2 9s on here. So I'll take out the Almost Famous band I had at number 10, Stillwater, since I'm gonna pick the Lone Rangers.
Yeah.
The Lone Rangers.
Degenerated.
Fucking I fucking didn't write
How
that
can
movie.
you be lone if there's 3 of you? Couldn't you be called the Lone Rangers?
What movie was that, Jerry? I'm
Or
a
no,
little
not
drunk.
the Lone Rangers, but
Airheads.
the 3 Rangers.
Airheads,
The
yeah,
three-
Airheads.
Yeah.
I let my friend borrow that, and she hasn't brought it back yet, so I got to get it on 4K. I love that fucking movie. Lemmy's in there. Fucking, you got Chris Farley in there. Fucking,
I was editor of the school newspaper. Lenny.
fucking love that fucking, and fucking the dude from fucking Seinfeld's in there.
Yeah,
Fucking
Kramer.
Yeah.
Kramer's
Kramer,
in there.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
fucking
he was like
great.
the station owner.
You see,
And another
fucking.
movie with Michael McKean.
Yeah, I think that's the first movie where you see fucking Adam Sandler be quiet. He ain't yelling. He's fucking pretty silent in that movie. He just says fucking really silent fucking lines. And
Yeah, he's
Steve
pretty chill.
Buscemi is the fucking star of that fucking movie because Lemmy is fucking God.
Yes.
Lemmy's in that fucking movie. The Lone Rangers. I love that fucking movie. That's my number 9.
Number 9, Jerry.
I'm gonna go with a band that I don't think they actually played in the movie. I think they practiced in the movie, but they were a movie band. A movie that I actually liked that got a lot of shit for it. And they had great bands in like Alice in Chains and all kinds of cool fucking
Oh, you asshole.
bands at that time. But Citizen Dick from Singles, man.
Yeah.
Nat Dillon's awesome. Everything Nat Dillon plays is fucking awesome, dude. He was
Yes,
great in
dude.
that role. Everybody was great in the band except for him. He had the reviews. Just hilarious, man. I
He
mean,
was supposed to be like the star of the
yeah,
band. They always said he was the one dragging him down.
yeah,
Well, yeah, Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell in the fucking diner scene with them. It's fucking pretty
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. It was a cool movie. Just because, not just because I kind of liked it. I mean, it was kind of, I don't know what you call it, coffee shop fucking viewing, but it was still good though. You
I
know what
did
mean?
trade that soundtrack for Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
That soundtrack's awesome though. That's a great
But
soundtrack.
Yeah, it
why
is.
Matt Dillon hasn't won any Academy Awards amazes me. I know he's got that voice, that New York, that rocky type of
Drugstore
voice.
Cowboy, dude. God,
He was
damn,
awesome.
good
And
great
I, and,
movie.
I, and I know comedies don't get any respect as far as awards, but come on, his performance and There's Something About Mary.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's one of the
yeah.
best comedy performances of all
Dude,
time.
him and
That is the
Wild
best.
Things with Kevin Bacon, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but his performances in There's Something About Mary is comic. It's one of the best comic performances I've ever
Fuck
seen
yeah.
anybody do.
Oh, dude, he
Big time.
and he's such a great actor that can do anything because he's
Yeah.
a great drama guy. He really is.
Yeah.
And when he did There's Something About Mary, that was like a whole different side of him you never really seen from him.
And
He's done a
nailed
lot
it,
of
man.
comedy since then too. He's fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Remember him as Moody from My Bodyguard? Remember
Yeah.
that movie?
And
But-
he had a series on
Fox,
on
right?
Fox. Yeah.
It was some
was-
weird sci-fi
some
shit.
weird sci-fi thing. I remember it too. I can't remember
It was
the name.
some
But
sort of town name.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
It was pretty good, and then they canceled it, like Fox always does.
Oh yeah, I
It was
guess
only,
it was
yeah.
like they couldn't leave that little town or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, Fox
Weird.
canceled Married with Children without giving them a final episode. Fuck you, Fox.
Oh, dude, it was already like
well, they did the right decision. It was either Married with Children or The Simpsons. They made the right call, I think. I mean,
Not
come on,
really.
Simpsons is humongous.
They should have given Married with Children the final bow because they had a lot of shit out
okay.
that year.
They're supposed to be doing some kind of animated
Cartoon,
thing with-
yeah.
Yeah, but that's been a long time talking, just like the reboot of King of the
Yeah.
Hill. Who
Yeah.
knows if
Well,
that's
the reboot of King of the Hill is coming, like the reboot of Futurama. That new season is fucking amazing right now. I already watched 5
Yeah,
episodes.
Really?
the name of that Matt Dillon show is called Wayward Pines.
That was good. I love that show.
Yeah. That was a good show. I enjoyed it. All right, Flavio, number 9.
Number 9, I'm gonna kind of cheat and do 2 bands just because they're in the same movie, but but basically the main band is ADD, and that was from a movie called The Rocker from 2008 with Rainn Wilson and
I know
Josh
that movie.
Gad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
So ADD was the kids
know.
band. It had Emma Stone and Josh Gad and Rainn Wilson on drums, and then this guy on vocals who actually sang everything. And they had a whole album of original material
Oh
that
wow.
he sang on. His name was Teddy Geiger, but that was a great movie, cool band, cool story. The music I actually preferred though was from Vesuvius, which was Rainn Wilson's mid-'80s band that he got booted from at the beginning of the movie. They were getting ready to go on tour with Whitesnake, and that was hilarious. They had Fred Armisen on
I love Fred
on
Armisen.
bass and Bradley Cooper on guitar.
Fred
and Will
Armisen could
Arnett on
play
vocals.
anything.
So yeah, that's kind of a 2 for there, but that was a great movie and great original music from both bands throughout it.
Yeah, that's cool. I never understood why Rainn Wilson really didn't do that much more movies because I thought he was a fine actor. He was also an Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was a Rolling Stones guy. Yeah, Rolling Stone guy. Yeah.
Great pick, man, because that's a really good movie. It was like he went to go live with his sister, right? And
Yeah.
he had a band, and he joined them.
Yeah.
He was a grown man, and they were like in high school. Yeah, that was good. Tim, what's your number 9, man?
All right, on my first one, I gotta go. This is the first time I gotta go to the bench because I had that number 9. I originally had the Lone Rangers, but Mark picked it, so I'm gonna go to my bench, and I'm gonna go with a band with a movie that I thought was pretty funny. Sexual Chocolate.
Ah, that's a good one. Fuck, I forgot about that fucking band. That's a great one.
It's good stuff.
Why don't you give yourselves a round of applause?
Yeah. Sexual Chocolate rules.
Give yourselves a round of applause. You're beautiful. Thank you.
Them boys are good.
Take a bow for that one, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Randy Watson.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great. And then he's all,
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was great. He still is great. I really love Eddie Murphy.
Arsenio Hall, dude. Come on. You gotta give that guy some credit.
Oh yeah, well, they all played additional characters, and they were just fantastic.
Just remember, Boatwee is dead.
Yeah. My number 9 is going to come from a TV show that was on Saturday mornings on NBC. The name of the band was California Dreams.
Oh yeah.
On the show California Dreams.
Yeah.
And, I think they were on for a few seasons. If you want to see the whole series, there, it's for free on YouTube. Because I watched it over the weekend. I was like, man, these are horrible shows.
You scared me there. I thought you were going to pick The Heights there for a minute.
Oh God, no.
The Heights.
Don't you remember that band? How do you talk to an angel? Remember that
Isn't
song?
that Jesse Walters
Yeah, I
from
remember that
90210?
Yeah. That's a TV show band. Yeah, back in the MTV. Or was it MTV or Fox or probably Fox?
It was
They play weird
Fox.
shit
It
on
was
the
Fox.
figures. But yeah.
But
You know, Fox viewing positions. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so California Dreams, it was this band from California, and it was kind of from the producers of Saved by the Bell did California Dreams, and it came
Oh boy,
out.
talk about a horrible band.
Zack Attack.
Oh my God. Don't even get into that one.
So that's my number 9 is California Dreams. They actually also played the theme song, which was a pretty cool theme song. If y'all don't remember it, just type it in California Dreams on YouTube. You might find a whole bunch of stuff, but just dig for it if you want. So number 8, Mark.
Number 8, I'm gonna pick The Wonders from The Thing You Do.
Nice.
I like that. It's kind of Beatlesque. Tom
Oh,
Hanks
yeah.
directed it. Tom Hanks was in the movie. It's a fucking great song. I like that song. I like it. It's groovy. It's got a groove. If you're on Freeform Rock Podcast, I tell you to take a shot. Take a shot anyways, because shots are cool, right, Jerry? Take a shot,
Yep.
bitch. So The Wonders, The Thing You Do.
That was a really
Nice.
good movie.
Yep.
That was so
Right
cool.
on, Jerry. Take a shot.
I
Well,
don't know how many times I've seen that movie.
It's a great movie.
That's
well,
pretty cool.
since it's my turn, I picked the exact same one. Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
I'll
I mean,
take a
talk about
shot
an
now.
earworm. Talk about an earworm song.
Yeah, that thing.
It sticks in your head.
Who was
afterwards.
that guy from that band who died? Schlesinger. He wrote that song.
Oh, I don't know.
Mm.
He sang Stacy's mom.
I never liked that song. So
Oh, but the guy who wrote the thing you
Okay.
do was Schlesinger. He wrote
like
that.
bowling for soup or some shit like that.
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
I thought Bowling for Soup did do Stacy's mom.
that's what I thought.
No.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
No.
Okay.
Stacy's mom is. I like Rachel. Fuck it. What's her name?
Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains
Oh.
of Wayne.
Fountains of Wayne did
Gotcha.
Stacy's mom, man.
Same thing.
And it was Adam Schlesinger who wrote fucking The Thing You Do. I think he sang it too.
Oh, okay. Actually, that does sound familiar now you mentioned that. I think I did.
He
hear
died a
something
few
about
years
that.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam Schlesinger.
Yeah, but those
yeah.
two bands were exactly the same. Bowling for Soup and Fountains of Wayne.
I don't like Bowling for Soup though.
They were both the same to me.
No.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Fountains of Wayne's
I loved in the one the Oneaters.
Oh, Neaters.
How that song came about. It actually was how it was originally going to be a ballad, and then Guy started nailing the drums really fast. He's like, "Guy, you're going way too fast," and all the other guys were like, "Yeah, this is fucking cool."
Yeah.
Hey, it worked, man. Listen to the drummers sometimes,
Shade.
But yeah, I mean, I can imagine what it's like back in that time period to hear your song on the radio for the first time and shit like that, dude. How awesome that would be. Yeah, that'd be cool. I like that movie.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie. Every time it comes on, I stop and I watch it. Every single time.
Kind of a tragic ending as far as how the band goes, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good movie.
Yeah, but like Tom Hanks was saying, you know, at the end that happens all the time. You know,
Yeah.
all these bands that get together and they're hit wonders, they're one hit wonders, and then they all disappear to their own lives. And they had that one shot where they lived that
Mhm.
life of
Yeah.
rock and rollers.
Still,
you know?
still happens to this day.
Yeah, it still happens.
Liv Tyler was Yoko, man.
What?
Yeah, Liv Tyler. All right, Fabio, what's your number 9 or 8? Are we at?
We're at 8.
I think.
Yeah.
We're at 8. Thank you.
All right, my number 8. Since you said band or artist, it's an artist. He did have a good band though. Was Dewey Cox from Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And that's another one that put out a great full soundtrack of original material, all sang by John C. Reilly as Dewey Cox. Great movie that spanned kind of an era of the 60s, 70s. He kind of copied some different genres and artists, and also hilarious, smart lyrics. I mean, like Dear Mr. President, Give Me a Break. That song is hilarious. And then just the catchiness of, you know, Walk Hard or Guilty as Charged. Just great songs, great original songs, great movie. And then the funny duet too, Let's Duet with Jenna Fisher, which sadly she did not sing, but she did on screen.
Oh, she was so fun in that movie, though. Gosh, she was so
Yeah.
fun. She really was. And Tim Meadows was just hilarious.
That's what I was going to say about his band.
I love Tim Meadows.
Like, that's part of his band.
Just his timing was just perfect. It was like, you don't want to hear this shit.
What was the Saturday Night Live character he had a movie about?
It was the
Ladies' Man.
Oh,
That was a great movie. I love that movie.
And let's not forget Jack White's cameo as Elvis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
was
yeah,
great.
he sure was.
Fat Elvis, so
Yeah, and it's really cool how it kind of started off like a Johnny Cash kind of thing, and then out of nowhere it was like this big old hippie. They took pieces of the Beach Boys and all sorts of that hippie culture of the 70s. It was just fantastic. Dewey Cox. It was a really good movie. All right, Tim, you're up next. What's your number 8, man?
All right, my number 8, and I'm probably gonna surprise a few people because it's down so low in my list, but that's where it lands. Jack Black, School of Rock.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that was a good.
All right, here comes some unpopular opinion. I was just never a Jack Black fan, man.
You know what, Jerry?
Never.
Go sit in the corner.
I think his best movie was Saving. I thought his best movie was Saving Silverman. That's because Steve Zahn saved it. But yeah, I just never got into Jack Black.
Jerry, you don't want to be gay with me?
His best movie was actually his best movie was Mars Attacks. Actually, that was
it was fucking Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Tropic Thunder was fucking amazing with Jack Black.
I try to get into his comedy and all that, just shit like that. It's just not funny, man.
I think School of Rock is best movie. But
I like Saving Silverman. I like fucking the one with Gwyneth Paltrow. I like fucking Jumanji with The Rock. He's great in Jumanji.
Okay, I admit Shallow Hal was pretty fucking funny. I will say that. Yeah.
Shallow Hal was great.
Is she the one next to the rhino? It was like so fucking offensive to women. It was hilarious.
I forgot about that. Oh, and Bernie was a good movie, even though it wasn't a comedy.
That was Jason Alexander, right?
Yeah.
Said that? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Okay,
but
that movie was funny, I admit.
But Bernie was good too. I liked Bernie.
The School of Rock's great though, and the other great thing about that band is all those kids really played everything. Those were all like super like talented musicians, all these kids in that band. Right. So that was really cool too.
Did any of them go on to like other things as adults into music?
I mean, these were like child prodigies that were going to Juilliard and
School of Rock. It is a school.
So I'm sure they did, but probably not in a popular sense.
Okay, yeah, because there's different versions of School of Rock that sometimes perform at shows.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the opening band or for a charity or something like that. Yeah, and really, I never heard of that until before until the movie came out, which kind of popularized, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
You know,
I've got a
really,
good friend that owns a School of Rock in Indiana here, and they do pretty good work there.
so did that come out after the movie, or was that already in existence before the movie came out?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm assuming it was after, but I could be wrong.
Okay. I guess it was popularized by the movie.
Yeah.
'Cause now you hear of after school stuff and
Mm-hmm.
or
Exactly.
go
Yeah.
to buildings where they, out, like not associated with school, but like after school activities where they have these groups.
That's probably where they came up with that idea they have every year. Band camp or rock camp. What's it called every year? They have different musicians.
Rock camp, both.
Whatever it's called, yeah.
Oh, well, they got both.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I know one's got this year. Actually, I would love to see it. It's got Lita Ford, Nita Strauss, a couple other great players. I would fucking love to go to that one, but I forgot where it is or if it even happened yet. I don't know, but that would have been
It's
awesome.
really cool how they have these big stars that we think are still stars that are doing instruction stuff.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. All right, Tim, what's your next one, man?
I just did that.
Yep.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was Tim's.
okay. All right. And what number are we at?
8.
7? 8?
Oh, 7 now. Yeah.
7. Okay.
Well, I already did my 7. We're on 6, right?
No, we're on
No,
7.
we're on 7.
7?
7.
Oh shit! Already.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My number 7. I'm gonna go with from the Brady Bunch when Greg was Johnny Bravo, and he was a star, and it was just that one episode that it stayed in.
My ex-wife loves you, Andy.
So, in fact, that was my wife's pick. She's like, "Why don't you put
Diane is
Yeah,
like
just-
ecstatic you picked Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife is a big Greg Brady fan. I remember when we went to Paramount Studios, she goes, "That's where he got caught smoking, right there, that spot." I was like, "Okay, I get it, right there," because they did a lot of shooting inside the Paramount Studios, where where the courtyard is where they would walk around.
Isn't
During
it sad they're gonna tear that down? Maybe.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
a new company's buying Paramount. They might tear down that studios and make condos there.
Oh man, that's terrible, man. Because
Right?
that's such a big. It's like everything that we hold sacred, and not just us. I mean, for decades and decades, millions of people find that stuff, very.
They filmed
important.
part the Star Trek 4 scene there with them fucking like on the ship, fucking in the storm and shit.
Yeah.
The releasing the whales on the Paramount lot there, and that's going to be gone too.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo.
That's a shame, but yeah, that's my pick is Johnny Bravo.
You know what's funny about it? The guy that played Greg in the movies played him perfectly. I like when he went to the studio trying out as Johnny Bravo, and it was the guy that actually played Greg, and the original was the agent.
Well,
that was pretty good.
He took a little amp. He took a little
I love those two Brady Bunch movies.
I do too. They're
Michael
hilarious.
McKeon's in the first one is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Michael,
yeah.
Put on your Sunday best, kids. We're going to Sears.
But the thing is that when my
you,
wife,
you know, Jerry, I need to
What?
work. I need you to work on Saturday.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Brady was the guy in Office Space who said, "I need you to work on
oh
Saturday."
yeah, he was.
Yeah, there you go.
He was also the dad. of Talladega
That's
Nights.
right.
He's on
Yeah.
NCIS or whatever now.
Yeah.
Oh, for real? Okay. But when my wife had said, "Well, what about Johnny Bravo?" I was thinking of the cartoon. Remember Johnny Bravo?
Yeah, Johnny
Yeah.
Bravo is like Elvis. Yeah,
That cartoon was awesome because
I love Johnny Bravo.
he was this badass, but he was really a loser, and it was
Yeah,
so
baby.
funny.
Baby.
It was so funny. He thought he was
Yeah.
all badass, and nothing went right for him.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo. So that's my number 8. Johnny Bravo.
Cool.
All right, go ahead, Mark. What's your next one?
All right, somebody already picked Citizen Dick from Singles.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
picked Citizen Dick too. That's a great fucking movie. I love that. Even though I did trade the soundtrack for the Rumors album because Fleetwood Mac is much better. But now that I look at it, that soundtrack is just as good as Rumors. That's a fucking great soundtrack, man. I
That's a
love it.
great-
I don't know what fucking you're smoking out
I
there,
know,
all
but
right.
Yeah, I
you
don't know about
just
that.
let me say I like Rumors better, but I'm saying it was a good trade.
Well, no, not really, because you can find rumors anywhere in the whole wide world.
That's
Now
you
you
can't
can.
find a
Now you
single
can,
song.
but back then you couldn't.
Back then,
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's Citizen Dick, dude. Matt Dillon rules.
Yeah.
All right.
he
So
does.
that was number 6. I'm sorry. I'm going so.
Now
off.
we're on
My
7.
number 6.
We're on 7.
No,
We're
I
on
on
did my
7.
number 7. We're on 6, dude.
We're on 7, man. I'm
I
telling
just
you.
did my 6, dude. My
on
7
7.
was
You're
the
ahead.
Wonders.
Well, me, Tim, and Fabio think we're on 7.
Well,
All right,
whatever.
we're on number 7 then. Jerry,
Just
what's
make up
your
a
number 7?
just make up another band, Mark. You'll be all right.
Asshole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Crucial Taunt. I mean, Tia Carrere, man, foxy lady she was. And one of the most iconic scenes ever. She's all rocking out, and you hear Dreamweaver dubbing over it. I mean, how fucking awesome is that, man? You mentioned Mark
Nice.
Ferrari on guitar, yeah. Yeah, they did do a couple of originals, like you said. What else was I going to add to that? What hasn't been added already? I love Christopher Walken's role in the second one. How he tried to take her away from the band and everybody. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a couple of times. So, Crucial Taunt, my number 7.
Nice.
Thanks. All right, Fabio, you're up next. Number 7.
All right, number 7. Going into a little bit of a different genre here, so hopefully people don't make fun of me too bad. But I really like pop from the movie Music and Lyrics. So it's kind of a Wham, Duran Duran pop band, but
Hey, I like
there were
both
some
those bands.
Yeah, but that movie was great and had a lot of great original songs that were super catchy. Big time earworms on there. Pop Goes My Heart and Way Back into Love was the kind of the theme of the song of the movie, but Meaningless Kiss, just stuff that if you were to see the videos on TV that they put in that movie on MTV, you would assume they were classic 80s videos because they were good, they were authentic. That was Hugh Grant, was the lead vocalist there on all of those. Drew Barrymore was the counterpart for the later, like for the storyline, but Hugh Grant was the main guy for the music, and it was good stuff, good songs, good 80s pop sounding music. Like I said, very Duran Duran, Wham, George Michael. That's my number 7.
Cool.
So, what was the name of the movie? Music.
The movie's called Music and Lyrics.
I think I've heard of it, but I never got to see it.
You should see it. It's fun. I mean, it's a rom-com kind of
Yeah.
movie, but it's based around songwriting. And like I said, there's good original music in there. If you like 80s pop music.
Right. Awesome. Good one. Tim, what's your next one, man?
All right. My number 7, right? We're on 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Is from a movie that I thought was pretty good. And the Soggy Bottom Boys from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
I'm the man. Of
Oh,
constant
yeah.
sorrow.
That's a good album. That's
It
a really
is.
good album. Yeah. That's when I mean that was bluegrass, right?
Well, that was like what Travis Tritt and a couple other guys were them really did the music, right?
Oh,
Am I
George
correct?
Clooney.
No, no, the actual music though.
Yeah, it was them.
It really was them singing.
Yeah, and then 2 other guys, and they're both.
That wasn't George Clooney singing. They had somebody else singing.
No, they were miming it, I think.
Yeah, remind me.
Yeah.
I don't know. According to George Clooney, it was them.
Well, George Clooney, Hollywood, you never know what the fuck they're taking, out there. So
Hey, I don't know. I just thought it was a pretty good tune, pretty good movie, and
Yeah.
It's a great tune.
Yeah, it was a great movie too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So cool.
you're
So-
not bona fide. Yeah, it's a good movie.
So my number 7, I am going to go with. I'm going to touch down on the on the Motown feel again. I'm gonna go with the Dreams from Dreamgirls. I
Mhm.
thought Dreamgirls was a great movie. I thought Jennifer Hudson had a great breakout role, and
That
and
was
this,
the breakout role. Yeah, it was
yeah,
awesome.
and this was a really following the footsteps of the Supremes, just like the Five Heartbeats did the Temptations. The Dreams followed in the footsteps of the Supremes, even to the point where when Beyonce went her own separate way, they were called whatever her name was, and the Dreams, just the way it was Diana Ross and the Supremes,
Yeah,
and going into 1970, and the way that Diana Ross also had an affair with Berry Gordy, the same thing with kind of paralleled each other. I'm surprised that there weren't a lot of suing going on. But The Dreams is my number 7 from Dreamgirls. I've actually also have that CD. It's pretty good. It's a really good.
I think she won an Academy Award for that performance. I think she won it for something. I can't remember if it was that or something else, but I think it was that one actually.
I think she won for original song.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the song though. It was a big hit, and I think that she had won for original song.
Gotcha.
All right, we're at number 6. Number 6, Mark.
Oh, you made me pick another one.
Go
So I
for it.
picked the Dan Band from The Wedding Singer.
Oh,
The Wedding Singer. You know, like it says, take that
is that the
shirt
John
off.
Lovitz band? Is that the John Lovitz band or his band?
That's Adam
Sandler's
Sandler's band.
Sandler.
All right.
Sandler.
Yeah.
The Dan
That was
Band.
another cool. That was another
Yeah.
cool movie.
John
Yeah.
Lovitz was hilarious.
You
This
know, the
lady
one
is
guy
not-
singing,
oh,
do
what
you
a
really
night."
want to hurt me over
Yeah.
and over?
Yeah.
That's
The
a that's
Dan
a
Band. So that's my number, what, 6?
that's
Yeah.
who's that family, that cross dressing guy? He's big family.
The Arquettes.
Actors. Arquette.
Oh, yeah.
Arquettes. Yeah. I
So
think he
that's my
passed
number
away.
6 then.
Love stinks. That was the best part of the movie. I thought.
Yeah.
You didn't like Billy Idol on the airplane?
Oh,
That was
awesome.
funny too.
That
You
was good.
can't talk to Billy Idol like that.
Yeah,
Big
that's
guy.
a fucking amazing movie.
That was a pretty cool song he sang on the plane too. I liked it.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, what's your next one?
All right, you guys might think this is up a little high. I don't know. I don't know if you guys might even like it or not. But I'm gonna go with Eddie and the Cruisers. Actually,
Good.
I mean, great movie and a great story, man. I mean, it's one of the best stories of music I think I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
I always like
That's-
Michael Pere. He's a great fucking actor. I thought he played the role perfectly.
The Philadelphia Experiment.
A sax player dying. It was just it was tragic and but good.
Who was
though.
the
It was
sax
ro-
player? What band was that guy actually in?
I remember. Damn it, dude! Fuck, you got me on that one. I know he
John
was.
Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
Oh, the real band. Okay, John Cafferty. I knew that.
Yeah.
That was
The
the
whole-
real sax
yeah.
player in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, it was. Okay, I didn't know that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
both of them. Both Eddie and the Cruisers and Indian Cruisers too.
I didn't pick that fucking movie. That's a good one, Jerry. I forgot.
That's a
about
great
that.
Yeah.
song on the dark side.
Yeah.
Oh God, legendary.
Season
too,
in
man.
Hell is metal as fuck.
Yeah,
And it was such a cool movie because it revolved around music and a mystery, and it was just so cool. Yeah.
Tom Berenger. I like the second
Yep.
one just as much, though.
that might pop up later too.
Yeah, Tom Berenger was awesome as the reporter, right? He
Yeah.
played
No,
the-
he was the keyboard player.
Yeah,
he was a
keyboard
keyboard
player.
player.
Keyboard
Who,
player.
Tom Berenger?
He was the keyboard
Yeah.
player. He's the one
Yeah.
who said, fucking Michael Pereira said we're words and music. He talked to Tom Berenger in there.
Oh, geez,
Tom Berenger was the guy who played the dark
I guess
side.
it's been a while since I've-
Actually, fuck, I may watch that after this.
And they had fucking, what's that girl's name? Ellen Barkin was in there too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because she was hot back then, man.
That was 2.
No,
That
she
was
was in the
actually
first
two.
one.
No, Barker
She
was in the first one.
first
Yeah,
one.
Was she? I thought it was in 2. I thought she.
No.
No, she was in the first one.
that was the first one.
Cool. All right. Fabio, number 6.
Number 6, I'm also going to double up with Jerry's first pick. And the name of the band was Figurin' Dan and the Modal Nodes from Star Wars.
Oh, you got it. Okay, good.
So that was the name.
That was the name, yeah. But yeah, that was like he already said, just classic song and movie history. I read that George Lucas's notes to the great John Williams, who composed some of the greatest musical scores of all movies,
Everything basically.
but his notes to him was, I want to hear creatures in a future century interpreting 1930s Benny Goodman swing band music.
Dude, him and Danny
That's what we
Elfman are the
got.
best composers of all time.
Yeah, that's about right. Benny Goodman.
I'm just saying that Danny Elfman and John
fucking
Williams
Danny
are
Elfman
my
again.
favorite composers of all time. Oingo Boingo rules, bitches.
We know, dude.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
you know what the
that-
definition of
Hey,
rules
I didn't even get to the BS on Oasis getting back together, so fuck off. There you go.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, Tim, what's your number 6, man?
My number 6 is Citizen Dick from Singles, and it's
We're all
done to
picking
death,
that
so.
shit.
My number 6 is going to be Stand Up and Shout.
Steel
Asshole.
Dragon.
No Dragon.
Damn.
That was such a really cool adaptation of that genre at that time. You know, and it's kind of telling also when he wrote a song and he brought it to producers.
Yeah.
Tossed it out. You know, you're just a singer, man. You don't write songs, man.
Hey, the great Sammy Hagar wrote that song, so there you go.
So it's pretty cool how you see the in and outs of. Sometimes we think that a band is a one for one and one for all, and really, sometimes it's not. And most of the time, they're just hired guys. You know, so it's pretty cool to see that side of the business that goes on in the background. All right, that's my number 6. Number 5, Mark.
You motherfucker. I picked Steel Dragon. Stand up and shout. Like, you got the great Jeff Pilson in there playing bass in that fucking movie. You got Miles Kennedy in that movie when fucking Mark Wahlberg is in the mic and say, "You take over." Like a great fucking movie, great fucking song. Sammy Hagar rules. Fuck you, Tim. You wrote that fucking song, bitch.
Yeah,
You
he
wrote
didn't
that
sing
song.
that fucking song.
He
So
wrote it though. You gotta admit, Sammy can write some fucking lyrics, man.
No,
he
can't,
recorded
because
that
he
song
can't.
too.
He did. I like his version better.
Better than Mark Wahlberg, really? No, but Mark Wahlberg is another fine actor, I think.
Oh, I love Mark Wahlberg. You know,
I just watched. We were watching The Other Guys last night. That's a fucking hilarious fucking movie.
That's a great movie. When fucking The Rock and fucking Vin Diesel just
Dude,
jump
that's
off the
kind of
building
off the
and
building.
die.
Vin Diesel.
I like that. Who are you? That's my wife. That's my
Well,
ball
who
and
was it who
chains.
jumped off the building and died?
It was Samuel L.
Both of them.
Jackson.
It was The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's funny. They go to meet Will Ferrell's wife, and she's like, "I'm his wife." You're like, "No, seriously, who are you? You can't be his wife."
Yeah, she's a raging bitch.
Yeah.
She's a doctor, and she's like the nicest lady ever.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
That's a great movie, man. I love it.
It
I
is.
love Will Ferrell, except Bewitched sucked.
Oh yeah, that did. But Michael Keaton played a great role. Hey,
Oh,
they
yeah.
Yeah, he was the captain.
Have you seen that new Michael Keaton movie that he directed called Knock something on HBO Max?
Not yet.
Oh, it's
I wanna
really
see it.
fucking good. You should check it out. I just watched it on Saturday. It was really good.
He was really good in that opiate.
That opiate series where it's a doctor.
Oh, it's called,
Oh yeah.
I forgot, man.
It's
That was
on
great.
Hulu.
It's on Hulu. It's a great movie.
Oh, dude, it was great. And since I work in a pharmacy, I see stuff like that. And dude, when he got so strung out, he was so good in that movie.
I'm just saying,
That
who
show.
was the guy who played fucking the dude with the fucking he did the shit in X-Men. He had that fucking, who was that guy?
In
The original X-Men movie. Where he shot the fucking laser out his eye.
Oh, I never seen any X-Men.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Jerry, you should know that guy. But he was in that
I'm
movie.
a DC guy.
I'm a DC guy, but the Marvel shit is fucking cool when
Some
it's
of it's
good.
good. Yeah.
I'm an Archie comic guy, so
Oh, I love Archie. That might come up later. But Fucking that new movie on HBO Max, Michael Keaton directed it. It's fucking really good.
What's it
He's-
called?
it's like Knox. I'll find it later and message you guys on that shit.
Like knock on a door?
No, it's Knox. It's like he protects his son because he's a criminal who gets dementia. It's fucking really cool.
I don't know.
I will
I'll look
find
up
it.
later. All right. Where are we at anyway? I think we're on Andy. Sorry.
We're on
Oh,
number 5.
Andy's running this
Yeah.
show.
Number 5. Who's next? Jerry, right?
Marcus.
I already did my number
it's
5,
Knox
man.
goes away.
I did Still Dragon, man.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jerry, number 5.
My bad. I apologize. All right. I'll probably get ripped for this one being too high too, but I'm putting Spinal Tap at number 5, man. Gotta have Spinal. One of the most funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. It still is good today. And I guess they were kind of a real band afterwards. I don't know. What would you call them? I mean,
Well, they had a couple albums.
yeah, they're in that Dio thing where they did Stars.
They're like Spinal Tap. They're like fucking that one band we said Monkeys made real albums
Yeah.
later.
But Michael McKean, Harry Shearer, just a great fucking, bunch of dudes, man. Funny ass movie.
Okay, the
Well,
movie
but
was
also
called
those three guys played everything, and the Monkeys didn't always until
They
later.
didn't.
You see, I guess because I'm a Monkeys fan. I'm a huge Monkeys fan, so
But they weren't officially a band though, right? That's what I'm saying.
Not
Okay,
until
When they made that
later.
movie.
I'm just gonna give you guys the movie is called Knox. Knox goes away. Watch it. It's on Max. It's a really good movie. Michael Keaton directed it and acted in it. It was really good.
Michael McKean.
No, not Michael McKean. Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're thinking of James Marsden, right? From the X.
James Marsden was
That's
in
what
that
you're
movie.
thinking of, yeah.
Yes, he was in that movie. Yeah. He was his son in that movie. It's really fucking cool. I don't want to give it away, but it has twists and turns. It's really
That's
good.
got fucking Al Pacino in it. It can't be that bad.
Oh, Al Pacino's in there, not that much.
yeah. But James Marsden's a good actor, though.
Yeah, James
Yeah.
Marsden, Michael
Yes.
Keaton, and Al Pacino. It's really
Oh, it's
good.
got Ray McKinnon in it. I like that guy. He was on
It's
something.
really a
Anarchy.
good movie, man. You guys should check
Yeah,
it out.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that James Marsden when he first started, I thought it was just gonna be a pretty boy.
Just let me know
Right.
if you guys watch that movie and let me know your thoughts on it, because I hate it when I tell people shit and they don't give me their opinions.
Oh well, I don't have HBO Max, so I'm never gonna watch it. But it sounds interesting though, Mark. It really does. If I had HBO Max, I would watch it, but I don't.
It's not that bad. It's cheap, man.
I know, but thing is that I spend my money on music subscriptions.
So do I, but
And I
HBO
spend-
Max is everything I want to see.
All right, Fabio, what's your next one, man? What's your number 5?
My number 5, we're gonna go heavy with Death Clock from Metalocalypse.
Yeah,
Great show, hilarious songs, heavy songs from the great Brendan Small, who's done some great cartoon work prior to that with home movies but Metalocalypse, great show, great band. And that also is kind of turned into a real band because he has taken it on the road with some other live musicians. But as far as the cartoon goes, he did all the music, with the exception of the drums. He had Gene Hoglan come in, the Atomic Clock, to do drums for Death Clock for the show, and I think he goes on the road with him too. But so yeah, Death Clock, some good death metal comedy there, and great music.
yeah. Man, that show really always came out like in the middle. I mean, not even in the middle of the night. It would be like 2 a.m. when it would come out.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, now that's on Max too. So if you had Max, you could watch it.
Yeah, if you had Max, dude.
Sorry.
You're
I
missing
just-
Rick and Morty too.
I guess
That's
I
right,
would
yeah.
listen to them on my music subscriptions instead of watching them. I'll just listen to them. All right, Tim, what's your number 5, man?
I went with the Barbusters from Light of Day. I thought Michael J. Fox did a pretty good job in that movie. He was believable, which is pretty hard in that because the script sucked. But it's an okay movie. And back when I saw it, back in the day, it was, wow, really happens like that. Good movie.
Yeah. Well,
Barbara.
Michael J. Fox was one of our favorite actors of
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
generation. I mean, he
Yeah.
was always everywhere on television, movies,
Mm-hmm.
and he was great in everything he did. I really liked him. So my number 5, gentlemen, is the reason why I came up with this show, with this episode, was I was watching this. I said, man, this would be a really cool topic to have fictional bands. And my number 5, which is the band that we should all thank for this episode, Zack Attack from Saved by
Yeah, there it
my
is.
Oh,
God.
come on.
Anyway, almost it
Oh,
all. School him the
oh,
war.
please,
I was
man.
watching Saved by the Bell, and that episode came out with the great
Oh,
Jason.
Friends
uh,
forever.
oh God.
Friends forever. And I don't know where Jessie was. She didn't make the cut in the band, I guess.
Yeah.
She said, fuck no, I ain't doing this shit. She was a smart one. I'm doing showgirls, damn it.
Showgirls. I'm gonna show my bush for a little bit.
She's
I'll
too
be back.
busy with her uppers.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why
Oh,
we're
Andy, that was god awful, man. Come on, brother.
because of Zack Attack. I mean, that's one of my favorite episodes.
Screech was the keyboard player, right?
Yeah, well, rock the doodle dudes. Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the black woman's name. She was the bass player.
Lisa Turtle. Come on.
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah.
And
And Kelly was the
I
lead.
hardly ever watched that show. I watched a few episodes of it. It's just,
Oh no, I got almost every episode in the back of memory.
Yeah, I love that show.
Easily.
Did you like the second coming of it?
I liked the new class. I liked it when they went to college.
Did you like Head of the Class with Howard Heston?
Oh, that was good.
I love Head of the Class.
I did.
With the dude that's getting crucified in that Nickelodeon.
Oh, he is, man. Big time creepy fucker.
And when I was watching that, I thought that dude looked familiar. And that's yes, he was Head of the Class.
Hey, Brian Robbins isn't getting anything on that shit though.
Yeah,
What now?
You got the one fat dude, and you got Brian Robbins, who was the other dude in that show. And he produced a lot of that Nickelodeon, but they ain't getting brushback on him.
Well, probably because he didn't do the stuff that this guy's being.
Probably.
I don't know. But Robin Givens was in that show too.
Yep.
I remember her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Tyson's ex-wife, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I still remember watching that interview when she was talking shit about him. You could tell he was boiling up big time because I would always watch those Barbara Walters specials with my mom.
Barbara Wawa.
Yeah. So Zack Attack is my number 5. It was almost number 1, but I said, nah, I gotta scale it back a couple of notches. Because they'll probably never ask me back again if I put it number 1. So I got stuck at number 5. The middle.
Let me say something about Mike Tyson right now. Please, Mike Tyson, please land one good haymaker against Jake Paul. Please. Just land one. Knock that son of a bitch out. Please, dude. Cannot stand that guy.
Mike now. He's going to be in his 50s. He's got to be in the 60s.
Yeah, the last thing that goes on a fighter is his punch, man. If he still got that punch, he can Foreman, man. He won the championship. He was like in his mid-50s. So all he needs to do is land one punch.
Man, I really do miss watching good boxing.
I do too.
Not around anymore.
Yeah.
But on Tubi, once again, you can watch old
Tubi rules. Yep.
Because I was watching Sugar Ray Leonard from like 1982 on Tubi the other day, and that reminded me so much because when boxing was free, Sugar Ray Leonard used to fight a lot on ABC on Saturday afternoons.
Oh, who's that Mexican
Sugar
dude?
Ray, Tommy Hitman Hearns.
Yeah, Marvin Hagler.
Who was the Mexican dude he fought all the time? No.
Oh, Roberto Duran.
Yeah, Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
No mas.
Hey,
it's just you don't hear about those rivalries anymore in boxing like you did back in the day.
Yeah.
He's a great fighter.
Yeah.
Because Don King ruined boxing.
Pretty much so. I agree.
Yeah, he really did. I remember watching those fights with my grandfather And it was so much fun because Sugar Ray Leonard was his favorite, so he became my favorite when I was a kid.
Yeah, Don King ruined boxing.
Yeah, I don't care, but I think Mike Tyson is probably the best heavyweight champion ever, man. I mean, he
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Muhammad
dude.
Ali was the best heavyweight. Are you kidding me?
I don't know, man. I don't
Oh,
know.
come on.
You
Ali
see,
in his prime would
I
have put
agree
Have
with
you
him
ever-
on
have
that.
you-
I don't like boxing, but
I
Muhammad
watched
Ali.
I watched a lot of his fights, Mike Tyson fights, and I've never seen a lot of fighters with the look of fear in their fucking eyes as they do when they fight.
Dude, he
fought
lost
that guy.
to Buster Douglas.
Yeah, it was a fluke, dude. It happened.
He was
man.
a
He
But-
lost
Hey,
to Buster
Do we need to get sexual
Douglas.
chocolate in here? Because this sounds like a Coming to America conversation.
I don't give a shit. I mean, that guy just demolished people.
Oh,
in the
He
ring.
lost to Buster Douglas. Come on.
So, yeah, okay. He
Come
did.
on,
I
Like
admit
a
that.
butterfly,
What did
sting
Buster
like a bee.
Douglas do after that fight?
Cassius Clay was the greatest.
He got fat. He got fat and out of shape and didn't exercise. And Holyfield knocked the
He
crap out of him.
sucked.
No, dude.
I think I do have a theory behind that. And go off here. I do think Mike was kind of if he was ever afraid of somebody, I thought he was always afraid of Evander. I don't think he ever really wanted to fight that guy. He knew he couldn't beat Evander. That's why I think he might have taken a fall because that was his next
He
fight.
lost to Buster Douglas.
Yeah, but
I-
dude, you can tell in that fight because I saw that fight over and over and over. Mike was not ready for that fight. He thought that he was going to win it. He looked into the hype, and
Well,
you know, with any
Tyson-
athlete that goes in unprepared, they're going to get beat by another athlete.
Yeah.
Tyson-
What I hated
Exactly.
about Tyson was we'd go buy the pay-per-view for like $100.
You
And the
guys
fight would
bought
last a
that
minute.
shit?
And the fight would last a minute.
Mhm.
You guys bought that
Well,
shit?
So,
Well,
no.
we had a bunch of people get together and buy it. I love
I
boxing.
bet you
dude.
bought all the fucking WWE shit too.
Used to, yeah, absolutely. I
No,
did.
but this is that Mike Tyson always fought on HBO, so it wasn't pay-per-view. His fights were mainly on HBO.
Well, I know that Evander Holyfield was on pay-per-view because I went to a friend's house and I saw a bite off his ear and I go, what a fucking loser.
Tyson-
holding them.
Tyson's career went to shit when Customato died.
Pretty much. No, well, as far as his, how he handled himself, absolutely.
Oh
But
yeah,
boxing wise, I
Well,
don't know,
still,
dude.
because he wasn't training like he did, he wasn't eating like he did, he wasn't doing anything, and Cuss made sure that he did.
I cannot
So
think of
when
another
he
boxer,
died,
even
Yeah.
Ali, Foreman, and all those guys that would just demolish people in the first minute or two.
nah,
as
not
many fights as
Ali.
he has.
No, sorry.
yeah, but
I don't agree with that.
But thing is that he was more than his trainer. He was a mentor, a father.
Yeah, he
figure,
was a
everything
father.
Yeah.
He was his father figure.
for him. Yeah,
Well, we're way off course now. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to bring us off
Where are
course.
we going?
I'm
Andy,
in charge, Jerry.
bring it back.
It's all right.
Bring it back, Andy.
It's all right. I'm loving it. All right, number 4, Jerry.
Number 4 is a band called Rock Solid. Anybody know where they came from?
Yeah.
That was Eddie's band and Eddie and the Cruisers too,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
which I thought the soundtrack was better than the first one.
I agree with you, except
That
for
soundtrack was
except
fucking
for
awesome, dude.
Except for Season of Pain, that song rules.
I mean, Mariah, what a great song that was.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just loaded with really catchy tunes. I think it was mostly John Cafferty too, I think.
Yeah, it was
I did
John
that out.
Cafferty. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of I don't know. I didn't hate the story behind it. I mean, if Eddie Wilson's as popular as he was, everybody would recognize him, even in Canada. But I don't know. It's just me, I guess. I don't know. But I thought it was kind of a cool movie.
Oh, wow.
Awesome, yeah. Eddie lives, man. That was, it was an average movie, but
I like that movie. It kind of explained everything, man.
he was kind of a dick, man, at the bar. Remember that? He
Yeah.
was like, "Here's how you play it, man. You got some
Well,
stuff that'll
he was the
you got some
grumpy
stuff
old-
that'll impress some people, but
He
when they
was
go
the
home, they're
grumpy
gonna
old
forget
man
about
saying,
you."
"Get off my lawn, man.
That's
You got to
actually
go through the fire."
That was
man.
actually some excellent advice. That
Yeah,
he
it
gave.
was. It was.
Hey, Mark, what was your number 4? Did I skip you?
I didn't get number 4. No, you guys already picked this Crucial Top from Wayne's World.
I just talked about.
I didn't pick the Shitty Beatles because they didn't play, but
Shitty Beatles.
I picked Crucial Top, so that's my number 4.
All right. So, Fabio, what's your number 4?
My number 4, it's a slight double dip again, but my number 4 is Infant Sorrow from
Oh,
Get
I
Him to
forgot
the
about
Greek.
them.
Russell Brand.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall too. Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
that's
say
a
that.
good movie.
Yeah, so that was a great movie, great band. Another full soundtrack of original material from Infant
Oh, that's
Sorrow.
awesome.
Hilarious songs, very British humor in there,
Very
but good.
Oasis like.
Oasis,
Yeah,
fuck
but
Oasis.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
but the surprise star there was Jackie Q, played by Rose Byrne, who
Love
had
her.
a couple of really
Love
good
her.
songs on that soundtrack that she
Yeah.
also actually sung too.
Yeah.
And they were hilarious too, super inappropriate, super tight and ring round. Hilarious, but
I always
very
thought
good
I always thought she was hot, man. I always
Oh
thought
yeah.
that. I loved her in Spy. You guys ever see Spy? That movie, she was hilarious in that movie, dude. With Melissa McCarthy. That was just
Yeah, that
fucking
was a good
hilarious.
movie.
Oh yeah.
She was great. But yeah, that's a good pick. I forgot about that one actually.
Excellent. All right. Tim, what's your number 4, man?
My number 4 is Eddie and the Cruisers, and I didn't differentiate between Eddie and the Cruisers and Eddie and the Cruisers 2 because it's all John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. So it
Yeah,
didn't
they
really
just disappeared after Tough All Over.
it didn't really matter to me. But I just thought those are great movies, both of them. And actually, to me, this is a case where the sequel was just as good as the original, which
Right?
doesn't normally happen very often. So
Musically, yes, I'll agree with you on that.
No, I like Eddie the Cruisers too, man. That was a great movie.
Good
but
pick.
that was some great advice he gave that guy when he said, in the bar, yeah, everybody's gonna love you.
Yeah.
As soon as you leave, nobody's
forget
gonna
about
remember you.
My number 4. I've been listening ever since I started making this list. I've been listening to nothing but hip hop since Sunday. It's just been pure hip hop for me.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I am loving it. There's so much stuff that I forgot that I used to love back in high school, and I am reliving it. And it's better than ever. But I'm going with number 4 being CB4 with Chris Rock.
Good
Where
one.
they get a
Straight out of low cash.
straight out of low cash. And he was all cutting the yard, all dressed like a gangster. Albert, go cut the yard. Come on.
I love that movie, man. I love that movie.
Yeah. So I'm going with CB4 as my number 4. Yeah, man, I was a big hip hop fan back in the late 80s into the 90s when I was in junior high and high school. I mixed that with my love for rock, and I gave away so much of my hip hop music. So I'm looking forward to getting it back, finding it again.
Go to their houses and get it back. Just go to there. I want my fucking shit back,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't have it anymore. So that's my number 4, CB4, which stood for cell block 4, the cell that they were locked in at the beginning of the movie.
Well, then
All
that
right.
one dude came after him later.
And they were all really just nice guys from the nice
I
neighborhood.
love Chris Rock when
Yeah,
he was
Chris
on Saturday Night
Rock's
Live. He didn't get enough shit on there. He
Smash.
was amazing.
Yeah, I really don't like him in Grown Ups that much because he kind of dumbs himself down a little bit. But I like the movies that he makes for himself.
Yeah.
I really think he does a really good job of those. Even the one when he took over that white guy's body. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it though.
I don't remember.
All right, number 3, Mark, go for it.
Number 3. I'm going to pick Wild Stallions from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. If you didn't think I'd pick that, you guys are crazy because that
The
movie
greatest
rules.
band in the whole
The
universe.
greatest band in the universe. I fucking love that movie. I love all 3 movies.
Oh, that's neat.
I think the 3rd movie is really good. So
I haven't
Wild
seen the 3rd
Stallions-
one yet. I have not watched the
it's
3rd
just
one yet.
sad. It's just sad that they never got Eddie Van Halen to play in the band.
Right.
Fucking great fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild Sounds, man.
Yeah, and those soundtracks. I don't know about the 3rd one, but the 1st and 2nd one were great.
First one has Steve Vai, and the second one has Slaughter, though. I like that song that Slaughter did.
First one had Extreme. Play with me.
I'll play with, but that was sort of their first album now. That's a great.
I
Song.
know.
Wasn't Megadeth on the first or second one?
Second one.
Second.
One, right? All right.
Yeah, second one.
Gary,
Place them in the Iron Maiden.
That's the first one. Yeah.
all right. Hey, Jerry, what's your number 3, man?
The Lone Rangers is mine. I actually,
I
thought that
forgot
was
about
really
that
fucking
one.
cool band. I mean,
I put them in.
best part of that. Best part of that movie. They're playing their song in jail. Remember that?
Yeah.
And, Steve Buscemi's like doing this.
That's
sexy
kind of
shit.
like Johnny Cash doing at Folsom Prison, right?
He's kind of doing these gyrations in front of these male prisoners. They're looking at him like.
But you know,
Adam Sandler's like, dude, stop.
you know,
that,
they
man."
stole
Oh,
that from Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison, right?
Okay, so
That was awesome. And the
Yeah.
Blues Brothers were there doing that shit too.
and Pip didn't fart on the snare drums either. So yeah.
But
Great
that
fucking
movie,
movie,
that movie, Adam Sandler was the quietest he's ever been in a movie.
And he also forgot that you omitted the great job that what the fuck is his name? He was the fucking record guy. He was funny as fuck as that. He was the fucking Brat Pack guy.
Oh, the
Judd
Nelson.
Judd Nelson, yeah, he was
Judd
great
Nelson,
in that movie
yeah.
too. And then Harold Ramis is in there. All kinds of great people were in that movie.
Yeah, that's right.
He was the one that was asking the questions. Who would win in a fight, God or Lemmy?
Lemmy.
Oh well, yeah. Adam Sandler was quite the whole movie because he was screwing that chick throughout the whole movie every time he got
Right.
a chance.
He was a quiet dude. Have you ever seen Adam
quiet
Sandler?
dudes always get quiet dudes.
But have you ever seen Adam Sandler be quiet in a movie except that one?
I heard that they're making Happy Gilmore 2. Is that correct?
Yes,
I
they
think
are.
it
on
is.
Yes, it
Netflix.
is.
Okay. I liked part 1. Part 1 was
With
great.
the original Shooter McGavin too. That guy was
Shooter
great in that
McGavin's
movie,
there.
dude.
That's awesome.
Gavin. You know
I eat
what?
little pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
You know what? I saw this movie the other day on Tubi, where Shooter McGavin played a detective, and Charlie Sheen, and the guy that was in Grease too.
The Andrew dude,
Yeah,
the guy who was in
Yeah.
Dynasty.
yes.
Yeah.
There were high school students who went to L.A. and went on a killing spree,
Oh,
and they just started murdering all these people that they would see on the road.
damn.
And
I don't blame him. If I
was-
moved to LA, I'd have to do the same thing.
Correct. I forgot the name of the movie, but I'll send it to you. It's really good, and it's still on Tubi.
Nice.
I mean, Charlie Sheen was young, very young,
I love Charlie Sheen.
very young.
2.5 Men rule. There you go.
All
I like
right,
I like that meme with the Shooter McGavin guy and Tiger Woods. Here's a picture of the greatest golfer in the world and Tiger Woods. All right. Yeah, so with Lone Rangers.
all right. Fabio, number 3.
Number 3 has already been named, but mine was Spinal Tap. As was already said, yeah, they were kind of one of the great originals that has stood the test of time and still holds up to this day. Great original music, all played by the actors too, which is a plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 3. Good old Michael McKean again. I even have some. I don't know if we can do honorable mentions later, but he's been in so many bands and movies. It's hilarious. Between Michael McKean and Chris Guest, I mean,
Yeah,
they're great.
Oh well, I mean, we could
The
have been
Squig Tones.
A Mighty Wind. I love that movie, A Mighty Wind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
That
the
was
guys, he was in a lot of stuff. Squiggy, Lenny and Squiggy and Laverne
The
and Shirley.
Squig Tones, man.
Absolutely. The
Squig
Squig
Tones.
Tones.
Yeah.
That's a reunion we want to see, not fucking Oasis.
God, here we go with the Oasis again.
All right, Sam, what's your number, Trey?
My number 3 is Steel Dragons from Rockstar. Terrible movie, great.
I love the movie.
Any
I thought-
band that has Zach Wild in it, great band, great band.
Yeah.
Yeah, Great pick. My number 3 has already been picked. I'm going with Stillwater from Almost Famous. That track, Fever Dog, is awesome, and to see the in and outs of a band, struggling with grips of stardom.
That's what he
So,
wrote.
yeah. So that's my number 3. It's Stillwater.
Cool.
All right. Number 2, Mark.
Oh God. If anybody hasn't picked this band yet, I'm glad I'm the first one to pick it. The fucking Blues Brothers, man. The fucking Blues Brothers.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Come on.
did think about that, but I wasn't 100% sure they were a fake group.
They started on fucking Saturday Night Live, dude. They
They were a real
did that.
band though.
But they were a real band. But the thing is, they started off as a fake band.
That would have made my list, but I was iffy on it, the legitimacy of it being
You
a
gotta
real
pick
band.
the fucking Blues Brothers, dude.
I would have if it was I just wasn't sure.
They ain't a real band, dude. They ain't a real band. They started off, they became a real band like the Monkeys.
I don't know. I'll give you the Monkeys.
But the thing
Blues
is,
Brothers,
they
I don't
did
know.
covers. They did not write original songs like the Monkeys did. So I
They
picked
did
the
nothing
Blues
but
Brothers as my
covers.
number 2.
But the backing band was Booker T and the MGs.
Fuck yeah. But
All
the
right,
thing is,
well,
they
okay.
were a comedy band. They weren't, they started on Saturday Night Live.
Right. Yeah.
They were made up.
I don't know.
Elwood
Okay.
Blues is a fake name. It's not a real
Mhm.
band.
Yeah.
So the
I
Blues
don't know
Brothers
about
have
that.
to be my number 2.
I think we might have to make a vote on that one. All in favor of that pick, say yay.
Hey.
Yes.
All
Yes.
negative, no. Yays win.
Jake and
It's a
Elwood
legitimate
Blues
band.
are fictional characters.
They're fictional
It's a-
characters, man. Fictional that became a real
They are.
band.
Oh, okay, it passes.
Just
I
like the
I believe in
Monkeys. Just
democracy.
like the
I believe in
Monkeys, man.
democracy. You win. It's acceptable. You
Good
win.
pick, Mark. Jerry, what's
Ooh.
number 2?
My number 2 is Steel Dragon, man. I think it was. Am I correct that it was kind of based on Ripper, right? From
Yeah, it
Judas
was.
Priest?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ripper was.
Great tunes, man. I mean, and we all die. Yeah.
Sammy Hagar rules. Yeah.
That fucking guy from Steelheart, man. What a voice, dude. I mean, I think it was him and Jeff Scott Soto that did the vocals on that, I think, if I remember
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
But holy shit, the guy from Steelheart can fucking sing, dude. I mean,
For
I
real,
thought it was a good. What's that?
that wasn't Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch singing.
No.
I don't think so, man.
No.
You got some good vibrations. You got some sweet sensations. Okay, there you go.
It's funny. They actually at the end of the movie they show like bloopers. They were performing, like filming it, and then somebody pranked Marky Mark by playing that song, "Good Vibrations," and it was funny. The band was like laughing at it and shit. It was hilarious. But yeah, I thought it was a cool movie. You got Jeff Pilson, Zach Wild. Zach Wild was awesome in that movie, dude. His stage presence fucking amazing, dude.
Oh yeah.
I think the only fake member was the rhythm guitarist, I think, besides Marky Mark, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool movie. I liked it. Jason Bottom, of course, we forgot to mention him. Yeah,
Miles Kennedy.
that's true. He was Thor, the God of Thunder.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I want to
Great
watch.
movie. I love it.
Yeah, it was very good.
The only character I didn't like in that, because I thought she was out of place, was Jennifer Aniston. But everybody else I thought fixed the time. I mean, it was in the. I love Jennifer Aniston. Don't get me wrong, but I just didn't like her in that movie.
They could have picked somebody better.
I think so.
She kind of, or maybe that was the role she was supposed to play. A girl like a fish out of water that knew that she didn't belong, and she was ushered into this crazy world of rock and roll. Which if that was the case, then she played a good role.
Cool.
All right, Flavio, number 2.
My number 2, Mark, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
That's why I was outvoted.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying there, Jerry, because it is a real band, but it's not. They were never really a big touring band. I know they did some special
They did a
events here and
live album
there,
at the Universal Amphitheater. It was really cool.
but they were, it was Jake and Elwood Blues, fictional guys, so I counted it myself. But they did arguably have probably one of the greatest bands on this list as far as
Oh yeah.
who was playing. And give me a break, Steve the Colonel Cropper, Matt
Matt Guitar
Murphy, Donald
Murphy,
Duck Dunn,
Donald Duck, yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
done. Ah,
Blue Lou Marini. I mean, yeah, great stuff. Great.
yeah.
I know they really didn't. Yeah, they really didn't write any music. They just did kind of blues
Yeah.
standards, but
Right.
man, they
did.
executed them to a T.
Yeah.
And the performance from Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi was, second to none.
Well, talk to Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah.
We played both country and western. I love
Yeah.
that.
Down
I
on
love
boys.
that line.
Rawhide.
Country and western.
Right.
We're the good old boys. Yeah, the good old boys.
Play ride like I don't know how many times. Roll them up.
Throwing the beer bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
we
that's
kind
where
of
Roadhouse got the idea. There you
No.
go.
Oh well, we kind of thought that the beer was complimentary to the band.
Yeah.
Like drink the whole bar. Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. All right, Tim, number 2.
My number 2 is I picked this band because all men play on 11. Spinal Tap.
There you go.
Nice.
I mean, any band that can come out with an album called "Break Like the Wind."
And the lead single from the album is Bitch School.
And has a song called Big Bottom. Talk
Big
about
Bottom.
mud flaps. My girl's got them. Come on now. So yeah,
that was a really good movie. My number 2's already been talked about, so I'll be brief on it. It's going to be Dewey Cox.
Nice.
I just thought it was fantastic. I love the comedy to it, the parody, and
Yeah.
and if you love music like the way we do, we can follow the storyline, even though it went to a different decade or a whole different scene, and to copy a whole different genre. But we know which way they were going because we're music lovers, and the satire was just out of this world. So, all right, guys, we're down to our number 1 fictional band in a movie, TV show, or a cartoon. Go for it, Mark.
Well, BS Sessions always takes it to 11. Why do we take it to 11? Because of Spinal Tap.
Nice.
Spinal Tap needs to be my number 1 because we always take it to 11. We don't do 10 or 5 lists. It has to be 6 or 11 because we don't want to be like everybody else. So Spinal Tap, because we take it to 11, is my number 1 fictional group of all time.
Nice.
Nice one. Good pick. Jerry, what's your number 1, man?
My number 1 is like one of my favorite movies. I watch it quite often. Me and my wife have 2 movies that we watch every time it comes on. Hers is Forrest Gump.
I love Forrest Gump.
And mine is Almost Famous. Absolutely fucking love that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I watch it all the
Great
time.
movie,
I love
man.
it. Man, fucking Jason Lee was so awesome in that movie as the lead
Yeah,
singer. I
Jason Lee
he was
rules,
a whiny,
dude.
he was a whiny motherfucker, but he played it so well. It's like
My name is
I look
Earl,
I look
man.
for people that don't get off and I make them get off. I love that line. Great fucking line. And the t-shirt scene where the guitarist is the only one focused. That was funny.
Is it so hard to make us look cool?
And then when they're thinking the planes crash and the drummer goes, "I'm gay," and then everything turns okay at the end. It didn't crash. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was well written. I'm a huge Cameron Crowe fan. The only one I never liked from him was Elizabethtown, but I pretty much liked everything else.
The only good scene in Elizabethtown is when they're playing fucking what's that Leonard Skinner song? Freebird. I put this up in another BS sessions.
And I like Kirsten Dunst
the whole
too.
town,
I
the
don't
whole
like that movie.
fucking place is caught on fire, but they won't stop to play Freebird because they gotta finish it. I love that scene.
Yeah, Cameron Crowe's awesome, man. I like he writes about life. It seems like
Yeah, and always has
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Fast
High,
Times,
and
yeah.
the underrated The Wildlife. That was a great movie
Oh,
too.
great movie.
Jerry Maguire, another great. I mean, he's just loaded with great fucking movies. But
Is that
the only one,
Coming with me.
Daniels?
yeah,
The Wildlife
with who?
with Jeff Daniels.
No, that was a Chris Penn.
Chris Penn was the lead guy now, and fucking the guy that played Eddie on Vacation. He was a Vietnam vet. Remember in the wheelchair?
Oh, okay.
What the
Randy
fuck was his
Quaid.
name?
Randy Quaid.
Quaid. Thank
Randy
you.
Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah. It had that redheaded guy in it too. Eric Stoltz, I think.
Eric
is his name.
Stoltz.
Yeah.
Who couldn't make
Was
it
in
in Back
Mask.
to the Future?
No.
He was in Mask. He played the dude in Mask.
Oh yeah, he was great in Mask. Damn, he was great in Mask. That was a
He
good
was,
movie.
but he sucked in Back to the Future. That's why they replaced him.
Well, we don't know if he sucked.
Well, they did because the producers and the director said, "Can we get Michael J. Fox because Eric Stoltz doesn't have the comic timing?" There you go.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I never miss a chance to see that movie. It's on Pluto TV a lot. That's what I love about Pluto. It's on there quite a
Pluto a
bit.
lot.
So
and so
yeah.
Forrest Gump.
I like the music, like Andy said, is great. Written by Cameron Crowe's wife at the time, I guess, not anymore. Nancy Wilson. Yeah, cool stuff. I love the way they just talk about other bands too, like Rolling Stones, the band that trashed every Led Zeppelin album. It's like so I don't know, so well done back then, man. I mean, so well done. What am I trying to say? He tells a story so fucking well, man.
Yeah,
in this
and
movie.
the soundtrack. I mean,
Yeah.
the songs. I mean,
Mhm.
you got Paranoid and everybody knows this Nowhere by Neil Young and Crazy Horse,
Yeah.
and the Led Zeppelins. Oh man, the one off of Led Zeppelin 3, That's the Way.
Yeah.
Remember?
There's
Man,
quite a few songs. There's That's the Way, Tangerine, Rain Song. There's a few Zeppelin songs. Misty
dude,
Mountain Hops in there.
songs that are not played on movies at all. And America by Simon and Garfunkel, just such a great soundtrack. Good stuff. All right, Fabio, what's your number one? What's your favorite fictional band?
Well, my favorite has already been named, I think, by everybody on here. Steel Dragon. That's my number one pick. I mean, Zach Wilde, Jeff Pilson, Jason Bonham, sorry. Just a great band, great original songs. Love the movie, love the band, love all the music on it. Also a little shout out to the cover band Blood Pollution that had like Blas Elias and who else was in there? That cover band had some good musicians in there too. I know it was all the same recordings, but at any rate,
the guitar player was an actor. Yeah, I know Blas Elias was the drummer, and was it the guy from? It wasn't Brian Forsyth, was it? No. Who was the bass player in that band? He had black hair. He had black hair. I know that, if I remember right. Damn, what the fuck was his name?
But yeah, I mean Stand Up, yeah, Hagar, that's still played in NFL stadiums today.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break. A fictional band having their song played in NFL stadiums.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Sammy rules, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. You had Twiggy Ramirez wrote one of the songs too, Blood Pollution. Living the Life, what a kick-ass song that is. Co-written by Steve Plunkett from Autograph.
He rules, man, Steve Plunkett.
Yeah, I mean, I love the band. I love the movie. A funny story, kind of going back to what Jerry was talking about with the Good Vibrations there in the credits. Apparently, all the live stuff was shot in one night that they did, where they actually opened as a real band for, I believe it was Megadeth, Whitesnake, and Wasp.
Nice.
In LA. They just did a show and they said, okay, we're going to bring these real bands in so we have a crowd, and then we're going to put these guys out there first just to get the live shots. And actually that night, Mark Wahlberg did sing all the songs live. I don't know if there's any recording of it or not. That would be pretty cool to see or hear, but yeah, they actually performed live with Zach Wilde and Bonham and Pilson and Mark Wahlberg and did the whole thing to get the live footage, and then they typed in the recorded stuff for the movie.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Wow, that's
great stuff.
That's awesome. I never knew that.
And then they did punk him at the end, yeah, with the good vibrations.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, Brian Vander Ark from the Verve, I think. Verve Pipe. Verve or the Verve Pipe, one of those bands. Yeah, he was the drummer. Or the bass player, I mean, for that cover band.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that song was really good. I forget what it's called. It's kind of a slow song. What was it called? It's a song that Mark Wahlberg sang at the end when he's in that bar.
We
That's
all
when
die
they-
young?
they're
No.
doing
No,
acoustic.
no,
They
no,
were
no,
doing
no. It's not gonna-
acoustic shit.
It was him and his original guitarist from the band. They got back together
Oh.
and they did that song in the Colorful or something. Yeah, it could be colorful. It's a really cool
That sounds
real-
right.
Yeah, it's a really cool tune.
Awesome. Good
Sorry,
one.
taking everybody's time. I'm sorry.
No. All right, Tim, what's your number one, man?
All right, I'm glad we got this straightened out because they're my number one band, and if nothing else, just for their album "Briefcase Full of Blues," I'm picking this band, the Blues Brothers. They gotta
Nice.
be. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're one of the best bands I ever heard of. For Christ's
Right.
sakes. You know, I mean, my God, what do you want? You got a harmonica, you got the blues, you got the. Give me a break. Blues Brothers.
Nice.
I am going to go with my number one was created because of the monkeys. They were created because the monkeys fought for their own creativity, and they won over Don Kirshner. So Don Kirshner created the Archies.
Yeah.
And the reason why was he said because you don't get talked back by cartoons. Because the monkeys and them really butted heads there towards the end, where Don Kirshner was kicked out because the monkeys fought for their own freedom of being a band, and Don Kirshner didn't want that to happen. So that's why he created the Archies, and which were a bubblegum band, kind of also created the bubblegum craze of the late 60s when music and rock music was really pushing the limits of what could be done with Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles and Cream and Sabbath. You had the Archies that brought everything back to early 60s bubblegum rock. So that's my number one pick, the Archies, which was a fictional cartoon character. And if you ever read the Archie comics, they would have the Archies, the band, also perform like at parties, and they were a part of different comic strips. So that's my number one, the Archies. And I
Just
left
another
my
note, just another note on the Rockstar score.
Yeah.
Andy's favorite Yes member actually did the score to that album. Trevor Rabin.
Trevor Rabin, my favorite from Yes. I mean, that was
that's
Trevor
Steve
Rabin.
Howell. Your favorite Steve Howell.
I'm just joking. I know he doesn't like Trevor Rabin. I know that.
I wouldn't say like him. That I don't like him. I just don't like him. All right. Well, that concludes our show. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for letting me host. Hopefully, I will be asked again, and I hope I pass the audition.
Did it very well, man. Tim, you got anything you want to say? Final words?
Nope.
All
Well,
right.
thanks a lot,
Fabio.
guys, for putting this list together. I really do appreciate your time.
Fabio, any last words, man?
No, thanks for having me, and this was a lot of fun, and love everybody's lists, and might have to go check out a couple movies now that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I think I'm going to watch Eddie and the Cruises. I was going to watch baseball, but I think I'm going to watch Eddie and the Cruises.
Watch
All right, Mark.
Orgasmo.
Take us out, Mark.
All right, man. This week on the Freeform Rock Podcast, we got Andy Rodriguez. Joseph Staub. We are not giving you one review. We are giving you 3 reviews. Pink Floyd. What was it? Metal?
Animals.
Wish you were here and
Wish You Were
Animals.
Here and what animals. So
Those
check that out. And between each review of each album, I put in a little thing on those albums, so it's separated. So you get 3 reviews for the price of 1. So check that out tomorrow on the Freeform Rock podcast. And next week, what do we have, Jerry? I told you what it was. Joseph Staub's guest pick, right?
We're going to do, I guess we're going to do our top 11 Scorpions albums. It could be live or whatever. I think that'll be our next
live or studio, which Joseph said,
anyway.
right?
Yep.
So that's all we have, man. Take us out, Jerry.
Again, thank you guys for being on. Check out the Freeform Rockcast. Check out 3 Shots Down podcast. We're having trouble getting together to do our next show, but it will happen. Like and subscribe, man. This is, I hope you guys enjoy the show. So thank you. Peace out to everybody. Be good to each other. Like I said, we're in the middle of nutty season right now with politics. So just be good to each other, man. Turn the fucking news off and crank the fucking radio, man.
Yeah.
Check out the Black Spinner Circle.
Yes,
Andy.
thank you very much.
All right, man. We're out of here. Later, guys.
Later,
Thank
guys.
you, guys. Thank you, Fabio. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Jerry. Love you, Jerry. Thank you, Doughboy.
Peace.
We're out of here. Later.
Doughboy.